going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturn day. Hope everybody's enjoying these beautiful vibes. We in beautiful Venus vibes tonight. All right, tonight, today, tomorrow, with the moon moving into Libra. All right. Hold on. I need to find a little Venetian instrumental. Right. All right. This gonna do it right here. There we go. Yeah, this gonna do it. What's going on, everybody? About to talk about these vibes we in. About to do a brief reading for all signs. Okay. I'll get some shout outs going. Spam Nicole. Eyes through Antonia. Antonia, what's poppin', baby? I am Louis Charles. K Swearington 2020. 4LMB in the building. Lena Soul. Sex and Stardust. Self Poet. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Carlo the DJ. XO Geneva. Yo, Antonia, I gotta holla at you too. Money Kai XO, Self Love Tasia, Nubian Queen. What's poppin'? K Swearington, thank you. Monica the Great. Willow, what's poppin', Willow? Charmaine, what's going on, man? Julie Cakes. DJ the photographer. All right, I'm feeling great, y'all. I just wanted to make sure. I know I wanted to get into Taurus season energies for all signs. Okay, so right now we're only 4 degrees into Taurus. You know, when we look at the sun getting into a new sign, the sun doesn't really embody that constellation until it gets 3 degrees into that constellation. All right, y'all know I deal with cusp. So when a planet is 28, 29, this is it at the end stages of a sign. These are some astrologers like to call 29 degrees, a critical degree. And they may have their different influences with what comes with 29 degree. But the way as an astrologer, the way I like to read things is if a planet has went through through a whole constellation, by the time it gets to 29 degrees, I look at that as wisdom, experience. So when you got planets that's at an end stage of a sign, you want to look at that as an elderly person. When we look at the planets, they're celestial bodies. So there's spirits in these bodies, just like how you're a spirit in a body. And I'm going to keep saying it time and time again. Celestial bodies are just bigger bodies. So it shows you that spirit driving that body must have went through some spiritual travels to gain the experience and the awareness that it has to be able to fit that body. All right. To able to be the engine for that body. We're in these human bodies because this is how much our spirit has expanded through its evolution at this point. So understand we used to be fishes. We used to be all different type of, we done did all that already. You need to understand that you already have some spiritual wisdom already being in the body you're in now. So everything is about a constant state of evolution. Okay. So when we look at the, right, everybody is so goddamn busy and we're going to get right into that. Keely, Anna, Mahogany 742. All right. So, when we looking at us being in these bodies and us understanding this is what we experience and this is what we're doing, that's just helping us to understand that, everything is a learning experience, period. We're here to learn. That's what life is about. And I just want to get into these energies. All right. So once again, when the planet gets into that late critical degree, 29 degree, I like to look at that as a planet with experience. Now, if you got planets that's in that's in 0, 1, 2 degrees, that planet is young, wants to go, wants to experience, can be active, can be impulsive, depending on the energies and whatnot. But it'll play out more of a young, active energy. But there's pros and cons to everything. So just like how there's something a young kid could be active and do, move around, be real, have a lot of vitality. An elderly person may have more wisdom than that young, vital kid, but may not be able to move and, shake and bake the way the young kid can. All right. So it's pros and cons to everything. I don't want you guys to think just because you got planets in early degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees, that is like, oh, it's inexperience or whatnot. It can play out inexperienced energies. All right. But there's going to be a balance of certain things that you may just jump into. Certain things you may just allow yourself to experience when you got planets that early in a constellation because it's new. OK, so, some people might be have experienced so much routine and pattern in life to the point they don't want to do anything new later in life. So your planets that's in them early signs may develop more characteristics that allow you not to block opportunities, not to block experiences. A lot of time we block a lot of things in our life where, the grass is greener on the other side, but we just vulnerable to take certain steps to experience new things. Everything that's new in your life is always going to have a nervous feel. It's going to have a vulnerable feel to it, even if it's something in your path. A lot of things on our path that we're unlocking codes, into dealing with self-discovery, getting closer to the things that's our purpose, all right? When it comes to our creative, spiritual endeavors, what they may be, a lot of them things gonna deal with vulnerability. A lot of them things gonna feel nervous. A lot of them things gonna feel scary. But how you ever gonna know what's on the other side if you don't dive into it, if you don't give yourself an opportunity to learn, family, all right? So let's get into these energies. I'm gonna give everybody, a little energy breakdown for what you're gonna be experiencing during Taurus season, especially with Mars just moving into Cancer. All right. Mars just moving into Cancer yesterday. So Mars is 0 degrees Cancer. Still in the cusp energy, once again, 0 degrees. So you got any planets that's 0 degrees, that planet 50-50, that planet picking up energies on both constellations. So that's what we dealing with there. Then we also got a full moon in Scorpio coming up, and we got a Pluto first retrograde of the year, with Pluto going retrograde on the 27th. So when we have transits like this, Taurus season, all these energies in Taurus, Mars in Cancer, motherfucking full moon in Scorpio, these transits all are gonna bring a general influence. But depending on where your planets is at is what you're going to be specifically picking up. Everybody got their own specific shit they're going to be dealing with these energies. So that's what I want to get into. So right now, let's just break down some current energies, and then let's get into all signs. So we got the sun. All right. We got the sun in Taurus, and we got the moon 0 degrees in Libra. Okay. The moon is moving into Libra today. So what does Taurus and Libra have in common? They're both ruled by Venus. All right. Venus deals with how we love, what we appreciate, our self-esteem, what we feel like we have to offer to the world, our creativity, our talents. All right. So when we look at that Venus energy, whenever we just have a lot of planets and signs that have some of the same rulers, just understand that planet, which is Venus, that energy is going to be loud. So all characteristics you could think of that deals with Venus energy, you want to be aware of you utilizing it in a balanced way and not getting washed up in the negative sides of Venus energy. Now, what could Venus on a positive side bring? Support, brings love, influences us to appreciate, to connect, to compromise, to understand. So when it's debilitated, not when it's debilitated, when we look at the more negative spectrum of Venus, that's us overindulging. That's us overdoing things that feel good. That's us overdoing things that we love, not knowing how to put it, some form of distance, separation, and space between your pleasures. So this is the energy we're going to be in these next 2.5 days, let alone for the rest of Taurus season, all these energies in Taurus with the sun, Mercury and Venus and Uranus that been in Taurus. We got 4 stars in Taurus. So it's like the Venus energy is strong, period. But now that we got the moon transit in Libra, when the moon transits an air sign, is going to influence us to deal with relationships, some form of communication. Libra is one-on-one communication. So it may be specific people, specific parties that you feel like connecting to balancing, to mending things, trying to understand a situation with a relationship. All right. The moon transiting air, we can overthink by default. Is air. Air deal with logic. Air deal with communication, ideas, thoughts. So by default, we can be pondering a lot on a lot of things we've been communicating to others, trying to analyze and study, how it may have came off others, because Libras think they know how Libras can find themselves assuming things a lot because they're well versed in dealing with different forms of communication by being with air. So sometimes they think they can say something and automatically assume how it's going to be received. And a lot of times Libras can be that intuitive, understanding that. But that could put you in a lot of situations where you pre-assume things and you look like you make an ass out of yourself. All right. Thinking you know how everybody thinks at times. That could be an air sign thing. Air signs could swear they know how everybody think at times. All right. So you got to be careful of that. So, but overall, what we're paying attention to and taking action on is Venus energy in a Taurus way, aka seeing how we could realistically Earth how we could realistically get in tune with things that we love, that we appreciate, that feel good. All right. If we could realistically, Earth, bring our Venus energy, our second house energy, our talents, our creative attributes, what we value, can we make that into some form of foundation? Can we structure this in a realistic way? This is what Taurus season about. The sun is influencing us to pay attention, to see different ideas, how other people may do it. We're going to be, OD envisioning. The sun is vision, awareness, light. We're going to be OD envisioning, the potential of how things could be if we stabilized some things that we value. All right. If we were able to start making money from our creative attribute, if that product that I use for myself could be something I give to the collective and provide some form of stability for myself. Like, these are all the new ideas. These are all the things we all gaining clarity about. And we also gaining clarity about people, places, and things that we value, that we love, that we shouldn't be that motherfucking connected to, that we shouldn't be planting that much seeds into. Both spectrums. So the sun is always going to bring awareness for you to see both spectrums of that sign. And this is that's where you get the light and dark side of that Taurus energy. All right. Now, Mercury is in Taurus. Everybody's about to jump into some stable ass thinking. And once again, we 4 degrees into this energy. The sun is 4 degrees in. So I wanted to do this reading early in the week. So this week gave y'all a chance to already pick up on early instances of this energy. I've been letting people go ruthlessly, right, babyface? I hear you. Like, people, that's the thing. Aries energy is real passionate. So Aries express their emotion in extremes. It's so hard for Aries to find gray areas to communicate, hash things out. As either they keep a lot of that shit in, or it gets to situations where there's a pour out of things that they felt, and then you damn, where's your? I would have never fucking known that shit was bothering you. Why? Because you just some individual ass to yourself as person. We never think anything is wrong with you. You usually handle shit on your own. But that's how Aries deal with the emotions. So this is why before all these energies came into Taurus, a lot of people were expressing things, getting shit off their chest, releasing, because it's a new cycle. It's spring equinox, is Aries season. You want new things to bloom. So things that this time of the year always puts you into a state. Aries season always puts you into a state where things that were emotionally hindering you, or certain insecurities, or shortcomings you may have had in career, you're able to get a whole new charge and boost with that shit. Understand, you're not about to let that shit burden you. Because why? Aries don't like carrying for people. They don't like responsibilities of other people. They like keeping their shit on their self-intentions. All right. So us jumping into this energy is the fuck I look like stressing over this motherfucker over here. They ain't reciprocating my energy, and I'm going out my way. I got shit I gotta personally get done. So the whole goddamn world done jumped into that shit. The whole damn world done jumped into that energy. All right. Thank you, Scarlet Tiger. Thank you. Crazy though, people that I've had bonds with, one thing, and I'm right. Shayna V was cracking lacking. So we just went from Aries season, possibly a lot of us being real expressive of some shit, being real direct and blunt, getting that shit off, because Aries does deal with the feelings. They don't deal well connecting the emotions, but they do deal with feelings because they're fire signs. So fire signs going to express how they feel. Water signs are going to articulate how they really feel about some things. Fire signs just may be real expressive about something, and then you could be able to tell, okay, the Leos in their feelings. All right, the Sagittarius in their feelings about something. All right, Aries in their feelings about something. But they may not say I'm really hurt, or the water sign gonna do that. Now, motherfucker, you really hurt me. You took advantage of my emotions. I want you to understand you can't be going around doing that to motherfuckers. You getting blood on your motherfucking hands. You lucky I don't take it to the spiritual realm. So that's the water sign. They're gonna let you know direct that you really did some shit subconsciously. The fire signs, they just, especially Aries don't like to come off hurt, don't like to come off lacking or needing help. So it's to express that they hurt or they did, you just go have to pick up on that shit, because they're not gonna express that shit. So Trey. So so when we looking at all these energies jumping from Aries, us being mad expressive of things that we feel, detaching, transforming. Now we get into Taurus season. Shit done switched up this week, huh? Everybody talking about let's slow down this week, huh? Everybody's looking at the reality of the shit they've been expressing and doing during Aries season, huh? Everybody feeling like, damn, Aries season was fast as hell. Shit was Mars, the ruler was in Gemini. I didn't express so much shit. I didn't have so much crazy conversations. I was everywhere at once. You feel me? So now that we in Taurus season, once again, everything gets stabilized. So the sun is helping us to pay attention, how to stabilize our creative attributes, what we value, whether positive, we value things positively, we value things negatively, people, places, and things. Mercury, the way we're thinking, we have access to, these are all energies we have access to. So we all have access to thinking more rationally right now. Thinking more rationally. Mercury and Taurus people, you're not about to budge their mind about shit and sway them left and right about things, because they in Mercury and Earth, their minds is in the present. Their minds is too stable. Could be the mind could be a rock its damn self trying to move their thoughts to other places and shit. It's not happening, Mercury and Taurus. So right now we need to access this energy to be able to look at all the things in our life that we feel like are unorganized, not stable, and get access to that. To sit your ass down, brainstorm, understand you're capable, and see what needs to be situated. See what needs to be stabilized. All right. Purple Lobster, what's popping, Purple Lobster? You feel me? So we got that access with Mercury and Taurus. Then we got Venus and Taurus. So the sun gives you the awareness, helps us to see, helps you to envision, see more, dial in more on the potential of what could play out with you expressing and jumping into this Taurus energy. Mercury helps you to think it. Mercury helps you to strategize the ideas. Mercury helps you to add the critical analysis to it. Venus puts the more feeling into it. Venus is the energy that got all of us saying right now, like, no, I'm not letting this year go by, this new year go by without me implementing certain things, without me making sure I'm taking the steps to do things that I want to do creatively, to make the steps I want to do to transition with career, because Venus brings the self-esteem. Venus brings the love. Venus brings the appreciation. Earth signs deal with work, structure. So when you got Venus in here, we're all learning to love the work right now. We're all learning to fall in love with the process of building what we're building right now. You in early stages of a relationship right now, you're appreciating these stages right now. You're appreciating these early senses of, natural compatibility, relating to somebody with something in common and seeing potential to build something. You're literally appreciating it and not trying to be too ahead of yourself right now. You're trying to be in the present. Okay, and that's what I advise everybody to do in their relationship life right now. Okay, when you got Venus and Taurus, Venus and Taurus people, when it comes to how they date, is Earth deals with the present, but there has to be some substance dealing with reality with this person to make the Venus and Taurus person feel like if we connect, if we build long term, you could develop more you could provide more building blocks in whatever type of perspective you want to play that out. Okay, so yeah, you can have some Tauruses that be a little moody at times, but they necessarily don't deal with so much. A lot of heavy emotion can make a Taurus feel vulnerable. All right, so when they start dealing with more feelings and more emotion, just like how I said in the previous live when I was just hovering around the energies of Taurus season, I was saying, like, the more emotion a Taurus deal with, the more vulnerability that may come with. So it's like Venus and Taurus people take their time once they start loving somebody. They take their time in relationships. They take their time sexually opening up. They take their time with all of that shit, dealing with feelings, emotions, development, because it's a form of security around everything. It's a form of reality around everything. You could take that into Taurus. You could take that regular Taurus 8 to 9 out of 10 times. That's how they get down when they're connecting with others. Taurus don't like to settle. Taurus, you can have real lazy Taurus because it's a Venus energy. Venus deal with your pleasures, overindulgent. So you can have real lazy, like I said in the previous live, you can have real lazy Taurus, Pisces, and motherfucking Libras. Lazy as a bitch. And then when we get into the other flip side, you can have them Tauruses that they won't settle for what they truly love and value. You go to a restaurant, they need their shit done the way they wanted their steak and everything done. When it comes to everything in the physical reality, Venus and Tauruses play out that energy a whole lot. So this is why, Tauruses or Venus and Tauruses, when it comes into relationships, a lot of the time they need to make sure what they already value system, what they already developed as a value system is not gonna be so much compromised when they get into their relationships. You feel me? And they don't like dealing with broke people either. Yeah, Tauruses be attracted to a lot of bullshit, a lot of dependence. I said that in the last live. So overall, once again, Venus bring that feeling, that appreciation. We're falling back in love. We're taking our time with the process, taking our time to building a relationship, taking our time working our way up with what we're doing career-wise, okay? We appreciating sleepless hours right now. We appreciating, the opportunity to build on what we're trying to build right now. So this is the positive spectrum of all this Taurus energy we want to fall on, period. All right? And now we got autumn energies in Taurus, but with the moon in Libra, the feeling to want to harmonize, the feeling to want to connect some Venus energy, or whether you're connecting to Venus things, is going to be heavy. All right. So this the type of energies we in the next 2.5 days leading into like Monday, people are going to be in some super compromising, understanding ass energies right now. Super compromising, understanding ass energies. It's truly a time to connect. But people this weekend this is going to be a lot of overindulging and connecting though. There's going to be a lot of people letting temptations and what feel good, could disrupt the thought a little bit. Granted, it's Taurus energy, so everything deals with reality, being more, rational, being in the present, okay? We are dealing with heavy earth and air, which is dealing with logic, practicality, not so much emotion, but it's that Venus energy. It's that Venus energy. It's that Venus energy, though. All right? Venus and Taurus could be superficial. They could be superficial. They could overdo putting energy into matter. It could overdo putting energy and appreciation into the wrong things. Not the wrong things, but in an imbalanced way, I could say. So it's real easy for us to do that right now. It's real easy for us to feel secure, in a situation with a significant other right now, while sizing up the reality of it, but trying to have our cake and eat it too. You feel me? So you just everybody got to just be real conscious of what is it that they're connecting to, what they're expressing in the moment. Are you just expressing this right now in the moment to others right now? All this heavy Libra ass energy, all this Taurus energy, you want to feel all good. You want something that feels secure. Now, you make your ass feel good. This heavy Venus, we got Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus is about valuing, appreciating what you bring to the table, what you offer to the world. Let's fall into that. The more we fall into that energy, the more you see. This is basically like what we dealing with relationships. Period. Like relationships could really be that simple. It's not easy, but it's really that simple. You value and appreciate what you have to offer to the world. You value and appreciate how you deal with your emotions and thoughts. That leaves you no energy to allow people in your life that's basically you spiritually putting up, disclaimers for people entering your life. So some spirits that pick up on the fact that she or he set their precedent for what they value in themselves. So I know they're not budging with this in the relationships. By default, that only molds people into your life that align with that shit. But it's not easy at times. It's not easy just trying to do the solo dolo thing. It's not easy being on your spiritual path and dating. All right? Once you understand so much about self and you're trying to learn so much about self, it's not easy trying to connect to somebody else that ain't trying to learn that much about self. Start feeling like a little spiritual responsibility. Start feeling like something that you know is going to have an expiration date. All right? Which we do have to understand. A lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of partnerships do have expiration dates. That's just a little bit of my earthy moon and rising coming out a little bit. I told y'all the moon comes first, the sun comes second, so I'm a little bit more of a reality based Libra. But that's just to say that's the energy we in right now. We could definitely want to seek some form of connection, some form of harmony with another party right now. And then that shit could all really be temporary right now. That shit all could just be for the weekend, Saturday night right now. That shit all could be just for a little bit of this Taurus season. And then back to once we get into Gemini season, Everybody back to being all over the place. Everybody back to wanting to entertain, multiple things. Everybody's back to wanting to experience, interaction with others. So, Taurus season is when you really looking at everything that happened in Aries season and making sure you're putting yourself in a space where you understand the reality of the people, places, and things around you. You understand what you do love, why you love it, should you be loving it. Like you sizing up all of that shit right now. All right. So that's what we're gonna be dealing with, all these energies in Taurus with the moon moving into Libra. Okay. We got Mars in Cancer. Mars brings what? Passion. Mars brings intentions. Wherever Mars is at, we're going to be real direct, real blunt in this area, impatient in this area. And, we can get angry and frustrated like a motherfucker in this area. So for the past month and a half, 2 months with Mars and Gemini, people was having a lot of passion for wanting to connect creative attributes, certain thoughts, ideals to others in the collective, whether it's through your form of work, what you do creatively, okay? Whether it's just among friends, wanting to having way more of a direct, strong intent of making sure you hash some shit out with your friends. So, a lot of y'all probably had shit going on with your girls, I'm used to no fellas being up in the lives, but to all the homies, shit was probably some funny energy, between the gang and all that. Yeah, and then with these type of energies, Mars and Gemini, like that shit, niggas wasn't holding that shit back. Niggas was putting that shit in the air. Niggas was not moving subliminal no more amongst the pack, like. That one friend that you got that the rest of your friends be gossiping about, y'all wasn't gossiping around her. Y'all wasn't gossiping behind her back during Mars and Gemini. Y'all addressed that shit like, listen, girl, every time we motherfucking go out, you ordering all the motherfucking drinks in the world and the same shit every motherfucking night. You ain't paying a goddamn thing on nothing. Like, we ain't doing this shit for the rest of the spring and the summer. We ain't doing this shit. So a lot of people was getting real direct about shit. I had people saying shit to me. I was like, damn, I really didn't know that's how you felt. Really didn't know that's a perspective you could develop about that. But that was a straight one-on-one way to connect that shit to me. Okay, us Libras, we don't be liking that. We don't like intense energy. Like we don't like people being aggressive with us and shit. And people, people deal with confrontation. We the first ones like, okay, we could talk about it. What's wrong? Let's talk about it. You all angry and shit. We the first ones. So the whole Aries season, that is just shit was wacky. Shit was a little crazy. But when we looking at Mars getting into Cancer, Cancer deal with the heart chakra. Cancer deals with the home and family environment. Cancer deals with how we deal with the emotional stability. All right, whether you willing to flip the emotions on somebody, or whether you trying to get isolated, secluded to understand your emotions and have a motherfucking peace of mind. All right, Cancers is pretty much on them two spectrums. Like, am I fucking with people? What is it looking like outside today? Am I fucking with people today? Does it look like people gonna fuck with my emotions today? It don't look that bad today. I'm out of here. Tomorrow, next day is the air a little funny. The air a little funny today. I'm just keep my ass at home. Netflix and chill. Throw the last. Hold on. Hello. All right. We still's in the building. My bad, y'all. So, Cancer energy, once again, Cancer energy deals with the home environment, deal with the heart chakra, deals with how we deal with the emotions. Cancer is ruled by the moon and it's cardinal water. So they can be really aggressive, expressive, all right, when it comes to things that rub them the wrong way emotionally. All right, motherfuckers was tired, right? So when we look at Mars coming here, we all have to understand Mars don't like to be here. Mars don't like to be in Cancer. Mars is direct. Mars don't want to compromise. You're going to compromise when we dealing with Cancer energy. You're going to do some understanding when we dealing with water signs and Cancer energy. You go understand some shit. You can't just run out the house when we trying to connect. You feel me? You can't just say you going to sleep and doing your own thing when we need to have a conversation about something, when I need to feel more comfortable with my emotions right now. So that's the thing with Mars. You got for everybody that got Mars in Cancer, Mars in the 4th house, Y'all deal with a lot of selfish shit in the home. You got Mars and Cancer, it might be your ass. It might be your ass at times. But a lot of the times, Mars and Cancer people are the ones going hard, exhausting themselves for people that they care about, people that they're emotionally attached to. So Mars and Cancers can actually be one of the first people to get manipulated amongst the emotions. I wouldn't even say manipulated, but get in a way taken advantage of. That's another reason why Mars don't like to be in Cancer. It finds itself putting a lot of passion, a lot of intentions into people that just probably take advantage of the fact that y'all have the same blood, or people that take advantage of the fact that y'all knew each other for a long time and they know you care about them. You know, Mars and Cancer people y'all got to watch out for that. Y'all got to be careful with that, Mars and Cancer. You throw all that passion and self-intention to energy dealing with the home environment. These people will take a lot of the responsibility in the home environment. These people, you know, they fight for people that they really love, they really care about. Can be real impulsive when you mention their mother, when you mention their parents, you mention intimate things. Mars and Cancer people damn near be having anger management be all brazy early in life. Be seeing red, blacking out, you know, flipping on people. So that energy is strong. So when it comes to people, places, and things we emotionally connected to right now with Mars and Cancer, you know, it's almost like we're real white and blackish right now with the people, places, and things we care about. Mars ain't got the patience to be dealing with bullshit with people we care about. We want to know what side you on right now, okay? Wherever Mars is at, wherever Mars is at, it's very intentional, and it don't like carrying the responsibilities of others. So everybody's not only going to be seeing the reality of the people, places, and things they value, the reality of what you feel like you should be loving and appreciating within yourself, aka your talents and what you could give out to the world, or how you could just love and care about your goddamn self some more, like Tauruses be doing. Getting 3 pedicures in a week and shit. When not only we dealing with all that energy, when we get into Mars and Cancer, now it's more aggression towards the things that are connected to the emotion. It's more aggression towards, you know, needing to know what's up between somebody you really care about. Mars and Cancer will jump a lot of people into forms of solitude right now as well. Because Cancer deal with the private space. Cancer comes out the 4th house, which is the most private area in the chart. All right. So Mars is it's almost like people going to want to, you know, it's easy to feel drained with Mars and Cancer. It's easy to feel drained with Mars and Cancer because if Mars governs your self-intentions, but it's in Cancer, so right now it's connected to the household, family environments. It's connected to a lot of people, places, and things to care about. We have to think about our emotions some more before we do something we want to do just on our own. We have to think about who it impacts emotionally and who it affects around us. Like that type of energy is going to start having a lot of people want to feel like they need to get in their own bag and get more secluded and start getting more responsibilities off of them so they could deal with the emotions the way they want to. That's another thing. Mars and Cancer ain't got no patience for how it deals with the emotions. So this is the thing here. We have all these energies in Taurus, but they sextile in Cancer sextiles Taurus. So these two energies, you know, they have access to use each other a lot of the time. Okay, they have access to complement each other. So we're going to have all these energies in Taurus, sextile, and Mars and Cancer throughout this transit. So it's like for all the passions, the things we have, we're going to go really hard for things that we really care about and find ways to stabilize it. Find ways to be realistic with people that we really care about. So a lot of what are we doing right now? a lot of those this season. What are we doing right now? How long we been dating? So that's what we dealing with, everybody. And then, you know, we got the full moon in Scorpio. The full moon deals with detaching, releasing, all right? Getting energies, once again, getting emotional responsibilities up off your back, up off your shoulders, full moon in Scorpio. All right, that's on the 26th. That's on the 26th. So we get this is the moon transit right before that. You could start picking up on full moon energies 2 signs before it. So yes, this is why during this heavy Venus energy, while the moon is close to being full, you know, this transit is good for really expressing some shit, expressing some emotion that you ain't really feel or giving off some emotion or giving off a feeling to somebody else that wasn't really genuine for the moment, but then you doing it around the wrong time. You doing that shit around full moon time. You don't know how much emotions that person got into what you like. You can't assume how other people feel about things while you're connecting to them right now. All right. But this full moon energy in Scorpio, see, Scorpio, the moon don't like to be in Scorpio because they don't like to deal with, the moon like to deal with emotions, but Scorpio emotions is just too goddamn heavy. That current is strong as hell. You know, it's behind the scenes, it's dark, ain't no light there, so the moon just feels a little too timid there. The moon struggles connecting all that heavy emotion to the surface. Like, it's so much work to bring that shit up to the surface to connect it to somebody else. So we got a full moon in this energy. So the things that have been hard to connect to others, the things that it's been hard to look within ourselves when it comes to our insecurities, what we feel like we incapable of, the things that have transformed us, the things that we feel scared or nervous to jump into, relationship, career endeavor, personal endeavor, creative endeavor, dumb type of things, we're going to be looking at all them things that we scared to jump into because we feel like it may transform us. Like, all of these things is what we're going to have to look in the mirror about. We're going to have to look in the mirror when it comes to our true motives about what we want, when it comes to our passions, goals, and desires. And we're going to have to detach and release from all people, places, and things that don't support that, complement that. And the house that you have, Scorpio, prepare to transform that house. Prepare to transform that house. You got Scorpio, you got the full moon transit in your first house, personal transformation coming up. You transform that shit first. You see what has to be detached and released from in the people, places, and things you let in your personal life with the full moon and Scorpio transit in there for my Scorpio risings. Got full moon transit in the 7th house. Yeah, there's some relationships. There's some people that may be getting too much of your personal time. Not saying you have to terminate the relationship. Not saying you got to do all that, but you got to realize what type of imbalance you may be in between your personal life and your relationship life. Full moon transit in the motherfucking 5th house. You know, your ass might be having too much goddamn fun. Since the start of the new year, start of the spring, you probably partying every weekend, going out all the time. You know, it's full moon in the 5th house. You need to see how much of your having fun has dealt with, you know, what is it that you trying to stabilize? What is it that you trying to, you know, build in this lifetime? Full moon transit in the 5th house, that should make you look at what is it you putting on the stage. Because the 5th house is the stage house. So that's the house you see what you creatively expressing in this lifetime. What creative endeavors how can you entertain? You know? How can you create art? So, you know, wherever we have Scorpio at, is because we undergoing transformation mode right now. Buckle up. Right now, the house you have Scorpio in, y'all already understand. Y'all already picking up on subconscious influences of what needs to be changed, what might change. You might be expecting something to be received in that house. You're going to receive it during the full moon if you don't know now. Somebody said, full moon transit in the 10th and 11th house. Yeah, you're going to be responding to the things that are playing out as a detriment or playing out as a burden when it comes to career, when it comes to how you broadcast yourself, when it comes out to your reputation, how people know you, what things can you utilize that you have within yourself, what passions, what creative endeavors can you utilize within yourself, all right, to excel, what type of social status that you want, all right, but you're going to also see what's been playing out as a detriment to that, all right. When it gets into the 11th house, you're going to have to learn how to detach, you know, from certain people that you associate yourself with if need be. Full moon in Scorpio ain't a time to be bursting emotion on people. You know, but the full moon is always going to play out as a release. It's always going to play out as the energy for us to get some shit up off our shoulders spiritually. So this is why Scorpio energy make you do that shit on your, like, well, every full moon you want to do that shit on your own. So even if you do come into contact with somebody you've been feeling heavy about, it helps you not to release like that because you already did some self-work. But full moon in Scorpio, everything about Scorpio energy is dealing with fucking self-work, is dealing with personal transformation, is dealing with the psychology of the emotions and how they affect you. Like, that's why a lot of Scorpio, heavy Scorpio placements, they could be beast in counseling, beast in psychology, beast therapists. Scorpios, that's their lane. They understand the emotions. They understand they could, Scorpios, sun moon risings, can hear somebody express themselves. And they could know that motherfucker been through some shit. That motherfucker been through some shit. I could feel it. Scorpios be going through shit, so they could tell when somebody else going through some shit. Yo, I'm looking at live right now, looking at myself. Y'all ever watch The Matrix? Yeah, who watched The Matrix in here? I feel like the motherfucking Oracle smoking a cigarette. I think she has some puffs like this in that motherfucker. I don't know why that shit just made me think of that shit. Motherfucker Oracle just sitting in the kitchen smoking a deal like, my son, you see that sign up there? What does that mean? Neo might walk in this motherfucker any minute now. These Matrix niggas might pop up here trying to get me to take the red or the blue pill. Let me stop playing around with y'all. I got the motherfucker Oracle puffs on. That's what I'm about to call these motherfuckers right here. But that's what we dealing with the full moon in Scorpio, guys. Heavy personal. She had a fro. Yeah, it was some type of fro or some shit. I swear Neo gonna walk in this motherfucker any minute. But the full moon in Scorpio is gonna a lot of self-release, guys. A lot of things that we really see. When I say Scorpio deals with the psychology and understanding the psychology of humans when they go through emotional transformations, the impact, the effect it can have on your characteristics and habits. You know, Scorpios are dealing with this in their own life, so it's easy for them to help others deal with the emotions as well. All right, this is a lot. It be like that a lot of times. Motherfuckers that don't be in relationships help other motherfuckers' relationships. Motherfuckers that the emotions be upside down help other motherfuckers deal with the emotions. This is way of life for y'all. But the Scorpio energy, see, water already deals with the past. So when you get into Scorpio, it's the past, but it's heavy. It's things that you bury. So you're burying it deep in the water. You're burying it deep in the past. And full moons and Scorpios, it brings that shit up. It brings that shit up. It brings that shit up. This may be a time that you have to make sure you pat yourself on the back for how far you've came from certain things that have transformed your ass. Something we don't do enough. How many motherfucking moments we've been in. I turned 28 years old this year. In these 28 years of physical existence, there's about a good 10 times I've been in a position like, please, God, please, just this one time, please. I know I'm retarded. All right? I'm admitted it to you. I know I'm stupid, but you know I'm a good person. Please, get me out of this one, God, please. Universe, the stars, the signs, all 12 of y'all motherfuckers come together and do something for me right now. You feel me? How many times we been in them positions, and as soon as we got out them positions, we just back on some bullshit. We done forgot all that crying and boogers coming down your shit. You talking to God in front of your altar. You got boogers all. Your God's telling you, clean your motherfucking face up. You coming to the altar, boogers running on your crystals and shit. Clean your goddamn face up, coming to the altar with that energy. What's wrong with you? We know you hurting. We putting you through some of these motherfucking lessons. God damn. So, full moon and Scorpio, all them guilt trips, all that shit she done buried, like, yeah, that shit come up to the surface. That shit bubbles up a little bit. That shit, you got to be able to, pat yourself in the back for them times you did persevere when you went through that transformation, that crazy heartbreak. That time you got evicted. That time you had to leave your parents' house. You didn't know what the fuck you was going to do, but you wasn't staying with your moms on her bullshit. You was not staying with your pops on that bullshit. You had to just go. You ain't know where the fuck you was going now. That time you was having a child early, you ain't know what the fuck you was going to do. You turned into a parent early. You ain't know what you was going to do. All them times that's transformed you in life. All these things that you've persevered through emotionally. All these things that you've grown through. That has a lot to do with Scorpio energy. Scorpio ain't just about the deep, dark part. Scorpio ain't just about the behind-the-scenes realm. It's about the cultivation of that shit. It's about how you cultivate some shit behind the scenes and bring it to the light. It's about how you cultivate some fucking shit that then transformed you emotionally and bring that shit into something that could be an example of what you went through, of how you persevered. That's what Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Risings is learning how to do here, especially the Scorpio moons. Especially the Scorpio moons. This is why Scorpio moons can connect to so much people. Because you come around a Scorpio moon, people that feel like they're not around a lot of genuine people, or a lot of people that be behind the scenes with them, or always keeping shit in the dark. You come around a Scorpio, they may be in the dark with your ass about some shit too, because they Scorpios, but you're going to appreciate how real they are about what they is direct with them. And it's going to make you respect that shit, you know? Scorpios don't even have to be in positions to tell people, I'm not expressing that feeling or thought, or I'm not about to. You just gonna know you're not about to ask that Scorpio for certain things, for them to express certain things. You just know you wasting your time trying to get certain answers out of a Scorpio. Scorpios don't even give you the opportunity we need to have this talk and sit. They don't even give you that opportunity. They just. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot, man. Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the OG. Because he be getting on y'all Scorpios about how y'all good. I just remembered some shit he was talking about, like Scorpios, you could catch them cheating. And they'll convince your ass that something wrong with you, like, and that's why they cheating. God damn. So, the GOAT, bro. The GOAT. You feel me? The GOAT. He's awakening, and he done woke up too much of us to the real true energy of the stars. So that's what we dealing with the full moon of Scorpio. We gotta look in the mirror with all that shit. You gotta look in the mirror with your demons with full moon of Scorpio. Like, you can't run from your demons. You can't run from your dark side. And if we don't come face to face with it, if we're not listening to our favorite healers and astrologers to tell us how intense that full moon of Scorpio is, after that transit, we're going to realize it, because the universe had to use a person, place, or thing during a full moon to remind your ass, deal with this habit, or release this guilt, or get out that heavy emotion, transform that, or see your dark side, see how you've been adding on to your dark ass habits. Stop blaming other motherfuckers. You've developed these habits. You need to grow out of them. You need to cultivate them. That energy, if you don't want that energy to scream at you, if you don't want to manifest an actual physical representation of something to make you think and feel that shit, let's come face to face with it right now during this Libra moon transit, and let's not actually make more of a job for ourselves by using this moon through Libra transit and this Taurus sun transit, all this Venus energy, to overindulge in some shit that's already a habit. Because we just making things worse we just gonna make shit worse with the moon transit and full moon transit in Scorpio. We just gonna make shit worse because the moon is close to being full now. I tell people Scorpios are the Antichrist. Man, listen. All signs have a dark side, but that dark side of a Scorpio, that dark side is a little different. You can't even call it a dark side because the light side is dark already. So, the dark side Scorpio, goddamn. Goddamn. Dark side Scorpio. All right. Right. The Antichrist. So yeah, guys, and when I say transform, yeah, obviously the emotional well-being, we coming in contact with that, but we also talking about transformation of all levels. Remember, these energies are opposite. Full moons are always opposite. So the full moon is opposite the sun. All these energies, and we're going to have the full moon opposite the sun, Venus in Taurus, sun in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. So we're seeing opposites always deal with what? They meet, they attract. So we want to make sure they have something to give each other. So it's not a heavy opposite clash. And this is what you always constantly want to do with your opposites in your chart. When it comes to them two planets, you're always going to have to learn how to make them align with each other in a positive way. The houses that they're in, these houses are already clashing by default. So that's something else we need to look at in the chart. Certain houses are already supported by other houses by default. Just like how Aries naturally sextiles Gemini, the first house naturally supports the third house. So that means the first house naturally going to clash with the seventh house. It's naturally going to clash with its opposites. So it don't matter if you get into a twin flame, karmic, soul tie relationship. Your relationships are overall going to show you. Your relationships overall in some type of shape or form, your friends or the relationships, the few relationships you may have had, they're gonna show you about you. They're gonna be a mirror. They're gonna show you your opposite in some type of shape or form. The way you deal with people in the world is gonna show you your opposite in some type of shape or form. Now the sign and the energies, the planets you have in that 7th house gonna show you what the fuck you be coming in contact with. What be always hitting your personal life opposite. That's just the natural breakdown of your rising sign. All right. So the full moon is going to be opposite all these energies in Taurus. So Taurus deals with our physical reality and how we value our value system, what seeds we plant into, our garden to grow something in the physical reality, what forms of stability we have to lean on. All right. What support system do we have? That's something else we're trying to understand during Taurus season, this season too. What fucking support system do I have? And what support can I be to the collective and to others? All right. But more so how I can stabilize it too. That's the difference between Libras and Taurus. Both ruled by Venus. Taurus is way more conscious about what support they get in physically, what support they get in stability wise. Libras may be a little too passive. Libras may stay at a job that doesn't value their work, their ethic a little too long. Taurus be out that shit quick. Or Taurus that have 2 more other jobs on the side. Libras is too lazy. Libras be on that. Libras another sign that's on them 2 spectrums. Either hella lazy or just they get into it. They using every fucking contact and they text. They using they connecting everything they motherfucking can. So this is just for us to understand, type of vibes we want this full moon Scorpio. We're going to have to see the opposite of how everything that's transformed us emotionally and our motives about things. How do we counter that? How do we balance that, connect it with what we're growing in the physical reality? That's the opposite axis right there when we're looking at Taurus and Scorpio. Scorpio behind the scenes, Taurus was being grown. You could see the flower. You could see the petals. You could see all that beautiful Taurus Venusian energy. What about all them roots and stems in the ground behind the scenes? The seed was the motive. You just seeing the physical representation, So Scorpio lets you understand your growth process, your transformation process, and what needs to be transformed some more for your flowers to grow in this Taurus season and moving on for the rest of the year. That's what we're dealing with the full moon of Scorpio. And it may be some people, places, and things that you really got to look at differently from a real realistic point of view, despite how you fucking feel about it. There's a lot of them decisions to be made around this time. A lot of things that's been in your physical reality, you so connected to it, but realistically, it ain't for you. Scorpio, full moon of Scorpio will show you that if you ain't already know. All right, y'all. So that's what energies we dealing with this Mars and Taurus, Venus and Capricorn, and then I said Venus and Capricorn. Where the fuck Capricorn come from? I don't know why y'all niggas with the Capricorn spirit bothering me. Motherfucking Mars and Cancer. All this heavy energy in Taurus, and then we got full moon in Scorpio, and then to end the month, the last most important transit we're gonna have is this Pluto retrograde, first retrograde of the year. Retrograde is gonna put us in a revision state, in a replay state, all right, in a revisit state. So we're gonna be revising everything everything dealing with Pluto energy, which is what. Huge emphasis on transformation. So already dealing with more transformation, things that have transformed us in the past, but specifically career. The transformations we've been through in career in the past 3 years. Pluto, once again, been transforming all forms of Capricorn related energies, government, work, job, stability, different ways to broadcast yourself. We got Zoom. Zoom was the #1 app last year. That's some Pluto heavy Capricorn energy shit, all right? All of these different things that's dealing with forms of stability today, all the different things that have changed with people losing jobs, with coronavirus and everything. These was all heavy Capricorn transformative energies going through Capricorn, changing forms of stability, all right? So we have to look at all the shit we personally went through in our lives that have transformed career-wise in the past 3 years. And Pluto in retrograde is going to put us in a point of view to be able to analyze these things, see these things from a different perspective, all right? You're going to be able to pick up on things you could have done with career that you could still apply now. You're going to be seeing things that, all type of new opportunities or different things you can tweak for career. Once that shit go back direct, it's whole new clarity on how you have the power to transform things with career. How you will have the power and more clarity to transform things dealing with your forms of stability. All right. Your reputation, how you known. We're going to develop a lot of different strategies to see how we could rise to a status of something. So if you do have a certain status of a brand, a business that you've been trying to grow, you've been trying to build, you've been sitting on heavy concepts about it past couple of years or whatnot. Yeah, when Pluto goes retrograde, don't sleep on none of them ideas that you catch when it comes to how you could bring some transformation to that shit. How you could transform the brand. Things that you wasn't doing to help your brand grow, help your business grow. How you could apply yourself in the industry you work in to be more different and transformative at the same time. So, these are all the energies we're going to be dealing with retrograde. But this is the thing, the house that you have Capricorn in. I'm back into Oracle mode. So the house, hold on, I gotta get into my shit. Hold on, I got it. So, Neo, the house that you have Capricorn in, that shit gonna go through hella transformation, Neo. But you're gonna be seeing the ideas of how to tweak things and how to revise things, and you're gonna be gaining clarity of what transformations you made in that house in the past 3 years and dealing with career, all right? Especially the shortcomings. Ooh, Pluto deal with some shortcomings, Neo. Where's Morpheus black ass at? At the club? Okay. Tell him to call me later. Anyways. So, that's what we dealing with. That's what we dealing with. But I'm going to get into full moon readings and I'm going to get into them retrograde readings. But I just want y'all to prep yourselves for that, all right? Now, let's get into these signs. I need to get me some more water. The red pill or the blue pill? So I just started my let's go lucky. Let's go lucky. You already know the vibes. Ooh. Nothing like some fresh agua. Alrighty guys. Aries. Let's get right into it. Aries. So we just had all the energies transiting out of Aries, right? You just went through a whole bunch of personal transformation, and you just seen a whole bunch of different ways how you could transform and bring and cultivate a new self-identity. You was influenced to be way more active during Aries season, and you was forced to also deal with more relationships, more than you really wanted to. All right. So now that we have all these planets moving into Taurus, this is when we look at that Taurus season energy. All these planets are going to be next door, Aries. And when we talk about your next door sign, it's always going to give you another perspective of how to see something. So you just had a bunch of newness when it comes to your personal issues and how you can express things and how you can utilize your creativity, okay? You're also seeing a whole bunch of new clarity when it comes to your relationships, especially your dating life. You had Venus up in there. So you was more so seeing what, your partner in your relationship, you was picking up on more what your partner truly values and how maybe you haven't been in alignment with it, and having more of your value system implemented to the relationship. But you gotta be careful of that, because you're already off rip trying to do that. You're already off rip trying to wear the pants in relationships and whatnot. So you were seeing all of that. Now that we moving into Taurus season, you more than a lot of the other signs are being influenced to slow it down now. To take all that new clarity, all that new form of awareness that y'all have and stabilize it. All right. Make it something concrete. Put time into it, Aries. And for y'all specifically, once again, we're all catching these influences to do it. But Aries, for y'all specifically, that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to do, to slow some shit down. Wait day by day, week by week, working on something, putting time into something. Sometimes you just want to get up and act on it when you want to act on it. You feel me? And not being so scheduled and organized at times. But this season's calling for some more practicality and organization. So that's how that's going to hurt you. But y'all got to understand, y'all can't sleep on the different ways that y'all gonna come in contact, different ways that y'all gonna see how y'all can stabilize something or work on something. A lot of what happened during Aries season were new ideas and new things to plant. Taurus is this season about to show you how to plant these seeds, how to water the garden. This may come through different influences of information that you get from others. We are dealing with earth energy can tie into information. This is also going to be dealing with resources that you have. Aries, you be the first one not to use resources that you motherfucking be having. This is what we be talking about, Aries, when we talk about, getting with that debilitation of Saturn. For those of y'all need to check out my debilitation of the planet series, because it shows us how we be lacking when it comes to our debilitated planet. For Aries, for y'all, it's Saturn. So because y'all want to get it on y'all own, but because y'all go-getters, but because y'all personally, driven and don't want to carry mad people with the pack and just want to do your own thing, you can neglect help. You can neglect the resources you have, all right? Me personally, I'm a Libra, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, rising. I have an older brother that's a double Aries. This nigga don't never come to me for resources, and I always have tons of information for the shit he be wanting to do. And I'm like, yo, you a true double Aries. Like, you is the walking, living spirit of the Aries energy. You ain't never coming for help or some shit. So we gotta be careful we don't do that this season, Aries. There's gonna be resources, there's gonna be information, there's gonna be some other things you may be able to utilize to stabilize, to help you work on what is it that you're working on. And your relationships need they need more patience than anything right now. Your relationships need patience more than anything right now. Why? Because your ruler's moving into Cancer. So you're about to be forced to deal with more understanding when it comes to your actions. You're going to be forced to deal with more compromising because things can get way haywire the way you're going to feel like expressing your emotions right now during this season with your ruler in Cancer. All right? Your emotions going to be a little bit more unstable this season, Aries. Understand that. So you need to prep yourself for dealing with more patience, learning to feel where other people be coming from at times, all right? And you have to be aware of how your individual intentions clash with others, especially the people you care about, Aries. It's one thing when we're talking about certain distractions, because some of us have certain alignments that play out as some bullshit. Some of us have chirons in certain places or squares in certain places that play out as motherfucking blockages when we trying to do some shit personally, and we have to persevere through that. We have to tell motherfuckers, I'm not compromising this. This is my dream. This is my goal. But Aries, y'all the ones that be needing to chill on that. Y'all the ones that, y'all stay on that. That's y'all natural energy. I'm not compromising some shit for somebody else. So y'all got to make sure right now, all right, Mars is in Cancer. So what I'm being forced to pay attention to by default with my ruler hovering in that water sign, especially the water sign, I could get with some Scorpio energy. I fucks with that. Mars could get with that shit. That's home. That's the night. That's the feminine side of Mars. So play with a Scorpio if you want. Play with a Scorpio if you want. You just playing with a water sign Aries. That's all you really doing. It's just gonna be some more mysticism and occult added to this shit. Aries beat your ass. Scorpio do voodoo on you. Which one you are? I think I take the ass whooping. Y'all let me know. I take the ass whooping. Cause voodoo different. Voodoo different. But that's what Aries gonna be influenced to deal with. Yeah, you're gonna have to have some. It's a time to be compassionate, Aries. I tell you this. It's a time to be compassionate. It's gonna be a lot of situations, Aries, this Taurus season. You're gonna have to say, I feel you, I understand, I see what you're saying. And I know that shit is hard. But it's gonna be that. Mars in Cancer. Might be some more responsibilities connected to the home for y'all more than anybody right now, Aries. You gotta call mom a little bit more. Feel me? Make sure your seed right. All right? So, yeah, that Mars, but the emotion can get expressed in extremes with you guys right now with that energy. So that's really the most important thing to understand. Not only is you gonna be connected to responsibilities in the home, you already deal with solitude, right? This is the thing here. Aries, you already deal with solitude. You already deal with privacy. You already like to be to your goddamn fucking self, especially the Aries moons. The Aries moons, you'd have to... Yo, you in there? Yeah. Well, I thought you was dead. Aries moons is like Scorpio suns. Like you gotta check all the things. Like you good in there? Cause they good being to themselves. Like you would think you have to take your Aries moon friend out some more. You be thinking in your head like, yeah, I'm bugging. Like this nigga coming out the house today. This nigga just be in the house. This nigga just be doing his own thing. Don't tell nobody what the fuck he be doing. Like, nah, this nigga just gonna live his whole life like that. I'm calling this motherfucker. You got to drag your Scorpio, Aries moon friend out, because you would think something wrong with them. You would think you have to put them in therapy. They good with that shit. The moon is what make you comfortable. So the Aries sun gonna act like they gotta do it on their own. They gonna go on their own missions. They gonna not want to bring mad people with them. But the Scorpio moon, depending on the moon of the Aries sun, is the Scorpio. If Cardi B is a Libra sun, Aries moon. Who's the Aries sun, Libra moon? I mean, or who's the Aries sun, air moon? Tupac is the Aries. Damn, I'm just thinking about the Aries moons right now. Tupac is the Aries moon, Gemini sun. So that's the thing. Depending on the sun of the Aries, if it's an air moon or whatnot, the Aries gonna get with relating and shit. The Aries gonna get with relationships a bit more and doing things with others, because the motherfucking moon, what makes it comfortable is relating. It's just that the sun gonna do it aggressively. The sun may do it selfishly. The sun gonna have more of an individual intent relating with others or whatnot. You feel me? The sun might think about what it's gonna gain first relating with others, but it's gonna relate because the moon is in Libra. The Aries moon is just, that's who the fuck they is. It don't matter if the sun is in Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. It don't matter if it's in the air sign. It's like, at the end of the day, what makes them feel comfortable is just being able to be into their own goddamn thoughts and feelings. So, I say all that to say, Aries, y'all already fuck with solitude and individuality. So, Cancer fucks with solitude. Cancer fucks with privacy. So, Aries, if everybody's gonna be passionate about getting into their private space. So for y'all gonna be frustrated being the first ones that can't jump into that shit. Y'all gonna be frustrated being the first ones the family keep calling you for shit that ain't got shit to do with you. But your ruler in Cancer, so you attracting that right now. You're attracting that. All right, you're attracting having to deal with situations you care about, Aries. But y'all could care about situations, but not want to deal with this shit until you want to deal with this shit. Nah, it's not gonna be on your own time in this season, Aries. And this is your square sign. So this is what I'm saying. Mars is already debilitated in here. This is your square. So that's the natural square between Aries and Cancers. Cancers is aggressive about how they personally feel about things and how their emotions is set up. Aries is aggressive towards how they individually see and feel about things. So, a lot of Aries energy in the home. A lot of Aries energy in the home is too much passion, too much individuality in the home. A lot of Cancer energy in a personal life, it could overindulge in dealing with too much care and letting too much things in their personal space, not understanding that they can't be too open. They can't be too compassionate, understanding in their personal life that all the time. You got to have a personal intent in your personal life. You got to know when to bridge the gap and cut certain things off and not compromise certain shit you want to personally do for Aries. Get an Aries friend. They're gonna show you. They may show you on the extreme way though. They may show you by just truly not giving a fuck about nothing. And then that shows your ass like, I should not give a fuck more. They give a fuck. They don't give a fuck so easily. And nobody says nothing about that shit. As soon as I not give a fuck a little bit is a problem. Yeah, I say Aries. The reason don't nobody say shit because they haven't been giving a fuck since day one. So when you try to change some shit up, do differently, then it's like you different. And people gonna be attached to the old you. So if the Aries come out extra relative, extra doing everything with everybody, you be like, the fuck wrong with you? You're gonna be looking at that shit sideways. All right? You hear Aries not say no for like a couple months. You be like, you good? But yeah, Aries, this is what we dealing with Mars and Cancer, all right? So this is a very important understanding. You're going to be seeing different ways to deal with how you love as well with Venus next door. And, once again, things can't be about how you just personally feel right now, Aries. We had Aries season in that transit for that. So right now it's getting more stabilized, all right? Venus got some moon energy too, so stabilizing your emotions and being more in the present, Aries, okay? So that's what we're dealing with for that. Now, Tauruses. Happy birthday, Taurus. Happy solar return, Taurus. All right, it's your time to shine. Okay, when the sun is in your sign, it's your birthday the whole season, not just when it's your day. Understand that. You got the light. The sun don't just come in and shine 1 degree, 2 degrees, it shine that whole constellation up. So when we're looking at the energies, now this is, even though y'all got the sun here and it's y'all season, you know, we got a lot of energies in here. So a lot of things is gonna be a real active season for you guys. We already 4 degrees in. Y'all already going through it. Y'all already going through a lot going on. A lot of thoughts about a lot of different things. Mercury's in your shit. You've been thinking a whole lot about things in your personal life, different ways, developing a whole different, details about things about other people in your personal life that you wasn't picking up on, past couple of weeks. When it comes to things that you creatively already have, that you talented with, the resources and support system you have, a lot of y'all the past couple of days been like, yo, what's good with me? Like, why don't I be working this shit? Why don't I be using this shit? Yeah, the sun done brought all that light back to what you really have, what you possess, Taurus, what you creatively have, the resources you have, your support system is letting you understand how you've been maybe been overdoing being a support system for others. You got to draw the line because it's your season now. So now other people going against you by default are going to be easier to pick up. The snakes in the grass are easier to pick up when the sun is in your constellation. All right. Because now you got more of a self-awareness. All right. You have more of a self-awareness. So this is what we want to understand. Now, Venus is also in your sign. Venus is home in Taurus. Venus brings support, brings appreciation. So it loves to be here because it's bringing all this love, appreciation, and support into what it feels like it can build, used to build. All right. What it feels like it already has, the I have. OK, so self-esteem is high. And if you guys are in situations, relationships, forms of career right now that rub you the wrong motherfucking way, that you have more to give, that you way more capable of doing some shit on your own, where there's another company that you could transition to where you get more buck for your bang over there. You feel me? When your shit is all situations of being underappreciated right now, Taurus. Yeah, that shit is loud right there. That shit is loud. That shit is loud. Be dating a motherfucker for the past 8 months. Taurus season hit with Venus and Taurus. Oh yeah, self-awareness is high. What I'm worth is I'm not sleeping on that. I see that shit. All right, I see now. All right, so. But everything has to be done realistically, Taurus. Don't do anything. We know you deal with perfect timing. Don't do anything against your own timing. Allow more colors to be seen about things because you have the power to see more right now. You have the power to see more right now when it comes to forms of self-awareness and people that you're dealing with personally. So you may have to just allow yourself to be patient, to continue to get more information, more clarity about things so you can make the decisions on your own time right now, okay? But that Venus in Taurus, it brings support. I love a new Venus transit because I know it's about to be a new house getting some new love, some new support, some new appreciation, possibly some external support. It almost never fails. It almost never fails. So y'all want to keep Venus bringing blessings. Mars going to take some shit where it's at. Some planets, the malefics just come in on some bullshit sometimes. So the house you had Gemini in may have went through a good number of transformations recently. The house you have Gemini in is just probably a little chaotic, scattered a little bit recently. People probably took some of your time in that motherfucker recently. But Venus, the house you have Gemini in, this house about to get some support. And a lot of this support is going to be how you can help your damn self. All right? Self-support is always the best support to start with. We be quick to see who can support us in the motherfucking outside realm. We be quick to say our friends and family members don't support our own shit. Like you better start connecting it to. You better find soul tribe. You better start connecting it to somebody who do appreciate your shit. You better start personally readjusting how you situate yourself around people who's gonna deserve your shit. Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus, people that have Venus and Taurus, if anybody in the live got Venus and Taurus right now, they like, boy, Boro talking some shit today. Boro talking some shit today. I was just telling my cousin that shit the other day. Just telling my mom to get out that motherfucking relationship with that no good motherfucker the other day. Venus and Taurus be the first person to tell their boss, like, you know what? You got me fucked up because you just got all these other motherfuckers working here doing this shit day by day. You think this shit my life. This shit not about my life. first one, Venus and Taurus. So Taurus is, when you catch that Holy Ghost, that may be a spirit that you may want to just, get on stage and shake and bake with a little bit. You may just want to exercise that Holy Ghost spirit a little bit this season, because y'all about to see what y'all not about to like. No, I love myself too much. I value myself that too much. I know I may not be on my shit right now. I know I'm not living the life and I ain't cultivating, build everything I want to build right now, but I ain't this though. I ain't this bullshit. I ain't settling for this. I ain't settling for this relationship. I ain't settling for this check. All right? Once again, though, Taurus, move on your own time. But these are the influences, though. But overall, with these influences is your season, so it comes with the clarity to see how to move on these things realistically. That's why everything really you want to do it patiently, okay? Everything you want to do it patiently is going to come into fruition. All right? Now, and you guys already been going through mad chance. You got Uranus in there. Uranus moved in there, what? 20, like early 2018? Mid 2018? So yeah, motherfucker, Taurus is, I be forgetting about that Uranus shit, because Uranus brings transformation. It forces you to be individual. It forces you to gain your power and authority. So Taurus is, y'all already been dealing with that for the past 2 years. Y'all already been dealing with transformations in career. Y'all already been dealing with feeling like y'all need to gain more authority, individuality in what you're doing. All right. So yeah, this season we gonna make sure we act on that this season, Taurus. All right, we gonna make sure we write down them ideas. We're not just gonna sleep on that. We gonna make sure we realize where the true support system is at and why, and making sure how motherfuckers just be leaning on y'all a little too much. All right, now, and then the Mars is in Cancer. This is going to be sextile in y'all, Cancer. So y'all going to be seeing a whole new way to act on y'all passions, to connect and understand your passions. So not only is self-esteem high here, not only is, what you feel like you value, what you could offer to the world and what you value is going to be high priority. Y'all going to be, it's going to be intense emotions towards all them things. So you're going to have strong drive towards doing these things to the point where that's positive. But as quick as people underestimate what you're doing, have some stupid shit to say about what you're doing, play with your time, fuck with your schedule, fuck with how you organize things, that's where you flip with Mars and Cancer. So everybody got their different relationship with these current transits. That's y'all. Y'all by default already have a harmonious energy with it being in a sextile. Okay? But Mars is still debilitated. So we're all just trying to gain a picture of what's the most positive way we could use a debilitated placement. We all have, all of us have a mixture of debilitations, falls, exaltations, home placements, all right? And, both of them play out positive and negative energies. So this is how we stay on the positive spectrum of Mars and Cancer, Taurus. Channel all that new charge, that vitality, all right, that new passion towards what is it that you're newly you're newly valuing, or you're seeing what to value right now with more clarity. It's gonna feel like, once again, there's a lot of energies active in here. So Mars is just charging all these energies up with more aggression. So it's gonna be a strong intent towards wanting to take action, especially with the way that you're seen, all right? Y'all don't be too hard about how you're seen right now, because physical presentation and all that is, I get it. I get it. Listen, I'm a Libra. We both got that Venus energy. So sometimes we could be in the mirror too long. Sometimes we could be to just calm that shit. We got to calm that shit down, all right? Get up off that shit. So be careful how you sizing yourself up, how you personally critical of yourself right now. This shit don't come into fruition, Taurus. All right, this is your season, a lot of opportunities. All right, don't be that hard on yourself personally. But if you haven't been living up to your expectations of yourself, then all right, we check that right now. And this is a beautiful time to get back in alignment. All right, Tauruses. So that's what we dealing with. And I basically said how like some of them energies affect relationship based off of what you feel like you gonna see, the reality of what you're not settling for, or what is worth supporting, what is worth continuing to stabilize, all right? What is worth continuing to build. Gemini. I have been sleeping in the living room for a while before that. That's the thing about you Taurus moons. See, a Taurus moon, man, most Taurus moons already manifest some form of stability quicker than others here. You know, a lot of Taurus moons in some type of shape or form be having some form of resources support. But the Taurus moons that had to get it through the mud a little bit more before connecting to that, because once again, earth signs have a great gravitational pull here on earth. We live on earth, so earth signs kind of get things popping or accumulate more energies a little bit within reality, because they naturally deal with the earth energy, patience, common sense, stability, doing what works, you know, positive and negative to everything. But I'm just saying, so the Taurus moon, if there is a Taurus moon that had to get up out the mud a little bit and then they get it, that's a Taurus moon that really values their shit. You ain't gonna really see them jump into no heavy superficial energy, because they had to go through the process of really value working on that shit, not just attracting it, not just having forms of stability or whatnot, to the point that a lot of other Taurus moons can fall on when they take advantage, they sleep on the resources they have. They sleep on the advantages they have. And then when they try to reach out to them, access them, sometimes they're not there now. And that's life teaching them to understand the gifts and powers they have. It's a power it's a gift having the moon in Taurus. The moon is exalted there. So you got to understand the power that comes with. So that's what we're dealing with. Now, Gemini, all right? So mutable air, ruled by Mercury, all right? Relationship sign, air sign, one of the most intelligent signs in the zodiac, one of the most adaptable, flexible signs in the zodiac when it comes to how to think, when it comes to how to communicate with others, all right? Know a little bit about everything when it comes to Gemini. Like, you people talking around y'all like, yeah, that person, yeah, where they be at? I don't know where this person, like, I know where they be at. Like, just count on a Gemini, all right? I know where they live. With Jenny, y'all trying to roll up in his crib or something? Like, I need an address. Just count on a Gemini. So when we look at y'all energies right now, you know, y'all are next to neighbor sign, right next to all these energies in Taurus. So Taurus is fixed earth. It's dealing with getting stable, concentrated on some form of practicality, something you could build, something you could stabilize, especially if it's connected to something that especially when it's connected to something that you value within yourself, you know, whether you're a comedian, you're an artist, all right, you're an author, you're whatever you value, you feel like you could bring to the table, you know, that's what we getting concentrated on right now during Taurus season. We have to make a lot of practical decisions of what complements that and what doesn't. So Gemini, when it comes to y'all, you know, boy, y'all just had Mars roll up out y'all sign. So the past 2 months, y'all went through a lot of transformation in y'all relationship. There was a lot of things that y'all was either, you know, including certain people in that y'all realized y'all not including them into no more personally. And there was a lot of situations you may have felt like, you know, people needed you for things so much, and you was always there for them, and you wasn't putting things into perspective in your personal life. So that just helped you to look at all type of transformations that needed to be made in your you know, in your personal life, the people around you, all right? Mars and Gemini made you guys way more passionate about because Gemini is you, your sun is there. So when Mars come in there, you more passionate about your own shit. You more passionate about how you personally express yourself. So you may have even expressed yourself. You guys one of the first signs to express some emotion or some shit to others that came off in some extremes. Y'all already really communicative. So once y'all build emotion up, y'all don't like dealing with heavy emotion, but for the most part, if y'all in a situation to communicate how you truly feel in an impulsive moment, boy, y'all words can hurt a motherfucker, Geminis. God damn. Y'all words can hurt a motherfucker, all right? All right? So it's like, y'all already be some witty talkers, especially Geminis with Mercury and Geminis. Y'all already witty. To articulate yourself in so many different ways. Could be in Wall Street interview, 9 a.m., be in the club, 12 p.m., you feel me, and run the after spot at 3 a.m. Like, y'all just in and out this motherfucker, all right? Now, all these energies in Taurus, after all these transformations that's just been made, all right, within your relationships, after all the, you know, transformations you felt like you needed to make or have experienced when it comes to your personal life, you got a new clarity right now because that energy was sextiling you. So you did have access to put more individual intent into what you had going on personally. You did have more clarity. You was able to see things about yourself personally you didn't see before Aries season, just by default with a natural sextile. Taurus season is the season that gets to be more concrete and consistent with how you deal with people, Gemini. You cannot continue to be so open with people and it play out as a distraction with what you want to do in your personal life. You have to continue to filter your relationships. You cannot feel like you got to give equal amount of energy to people, that's around you, just because you like dealing with relating. You always manifest knowing a lot of people, having a lot of people around you, or feeling like you can do certain things personally with a lot of people. Yeah, Aries season gave you a whole new personal intent about things. So right now during Taurus season, this season is about to continue to provide many ways for you to realistically, consistently, practically work on what is it that you want to express to the world. What is it that you're trying to act on? What is it you're trying to create? For you guys that already got some momentum, motion with a certain business idea, even a certain relationship. When we're talking about intimate relationship, one-on-one, Venus is next door. So you got to have a whole new different ways how to move on your relationship realistically. All right, if it's one that you truly value. But this is what you about to be seeing too. What relationships do you truly value? Aries season was helping you with that because it was pushing you into more personal intent. So as soon as y'all wanted to start doing more personal shit, y'all was seeing how connected y'all are to other people. As soon as y'all wanted to do your own thing, you were seeing how much resistance there was from the external. So y'all was like, damn. A lot of y'all may have felt like y'all was lost in y'all relationships. Y'all juggling so much responsibilities with other people. So when it comes down to this Taurus season, whole new ways to just stabilize yourself with these things, with the new clarity you have about things, Gemini. You guys gained a lot more clarity on how to deal with your creative attributes with all them energies sextiling y'all when we had the Sun, Venus, Mercury all in Aries. Whole new different ways to take action on how you express your self-identity. All right, this is why I'm saying y'all may have went through a lot of transformations in your relationships because y'all one of the air signs. Y'all deal with relationships more than anybody. All right. You got them Geminis out there may have water moons, or you got them air signs out there that may have water moons. Say they got a water moon, water rising. It's like, damn, it's like that air sign may know so much people, but get drained. But at the same time, you may not even realize how them being. It's like, damn, you run a club, or you really work here with all these people. You won't even realize how easy it is. It looks easy for them to communicate, relate to others, because they sun, but you got all that water. It's like that shit draining. Take it from me. I'm a sun in there. I got a lot of water in Scorpio. I got a lot of planets in there. I got 3 planets in there. So a lot of times it's like after I get off this live, y'all, I'm done. Like I'm exhausted. It's like, and I'm not even talking to nobody in person. We just connecting energy. We still connecting energy, but that heavy water energies be manifesting situations because of other planets having to deal with a lot of interaction. That shit could be draining for them. All right. So overall, Gemini, that's just for y'all Geminis that do have any water moons, water risings, water placements, you feel me? But when you got, or this could play out if you're a Gemini sun with your sun in a water house. So if you're a Gemini sun in the 4th house, Gemini sun in the 8th house, Gemini sun in the 12th house, it's like if you're a Gemini sun in the 4th house, a lot of things that be helping you to feel comfortable, or a lot of things that you need to take action on to feel comfortable, be dealing with a lot of people. So it's like, damn, just to deal with my own shit, I got to be dealing with other people. Gemini sun in the 8th house is like, you deal with a lot of people and they don't never know your intentions. They don't really, you ain't even really barely open to them, but you relate to them. You go out with them, you around, you somewhat communicative. You're not the most communicative Gemini sun in the 8th house, but, you still know a lot of people, but you low key, you behind the scenes though. Gemini sun in the 12th house, you communicative, articulative, you manifest so much people connected to your dreams, imaginations, your creative attributes. So you're a Gemini sun in the 12th house, you're going to know mad people that rap if you're a rapper. But you may not want to be around all them niggas all the time. Unless when y'all really rapping, unless when y'all in the studio. Once it start going to like, yo, bro, let's just go to the clubs, go party, like, well, I'll catch you at the studio next week. Let me go take my son in the water. Let me go take my son in the water house head ass to my motherfucking crib to recharge, so I can even have some energy to jump into my creative attributes with y'all niggas next week. Cause y'all be doing too much. Y'all get into a whole bunch of other shit over there. Like, I don't know. So Gemini, that's what y'all dealing with, man. Just like Aries, y'all about to, Aries and Geminis, y'all both neighbor signs. So y'all seeing different perspectives of things that I can't see. I can't see that shit like that, the way y'all see that shit going on in Taurus. All them energies over there in Taurus, I can't see that shit from this perspective. Sagittarius can't see that shit next door. Scorpios can't see that shit. We all the way on the other side of town. But Aries and Gemini, y'all just next door watching people. Y'all just watching people deal with more self-esteem and value what they working on. You a rapper, you seeing other people do different things business-wise to help they rap. So now you're seeing different ideas on how to work on what you value. All right. So it's like you seeing that from a different perspective. So it's a different clarity y'all getting. So y'all just want to make sure y'all take note of that. And then with Mars and Cancer, y'all next door to that. So Mars just left y'all sign. Y'all just dealt with a lot of transformation in y'all relationships. But y'all the communication sign, y'all masculine in its frequency vibration by default, just because it's an air sign. So it doesn't mean it can play out masculine energies, over expressive, dominant, through conversation. But when we talk about masculine energies, we're really just talking about the elements that push out. So masculine energies is air and earth, period. Feminine signs is earth and water. Earth, this is why earth, water signs going to be more introverted, going to want to receive, going to listen a little bit more than they talk. Air, fire signs going to act, express, talk. And fire signs express, think later. Air signs just express their motherfucking thoughts, all right? They just communicate them shits. Now, it may not be all of them, but there's some, you're going to get some of them. You're going to get some of them. Gemini probably give you, matter of fact, I can't even give you the percentage. I was gonna try to rank it. All air signs, they all got their ways dealing with funny communication. So you take the motherfuckers with a grain of salt. But when we looking at the neighbor signs, once again, Gemini, because you are air sign, because you express and push out a lot when it comes to the thought and the intellect, Mars made you do that aggressively these past 2 months. So, and you guys are quick too. You guys act quick. Mercury's one of the quickest signs besides the moon. Mercury's the quickest planet. All right. So you guys think quick, communicate quick, could be impulsive actions, could be one of the most impulsive signs. So with Mars in here, we may have had some real aggressive, impulsive actions and forms of communication. So now that Mars moving in Cancer, it's going to be a time to understand some of that shit a little bit. Mars and Cancer's water, so it's going to bring us to the past a little bit. So yeah, it may have just happened a couple weeks ago. That shit may come up a little bit, Mars and Cancer. It may come up from you being like, damn, universe may be forcing you to realize you was too hard. You was too aggressive. You OD'd. And you care about that person. You cared about that job, but you shouldn't have just said that shit like that. Now you worrying if this is about to be your last check. So Geminis, if you in that state, you got to make sure all this Taurus energy next door, you hone in more in on everything you learned about yourself during Aries season about yourself personally, and you utilize all these new realistic ideas on how to value your shit if your ass about to get fired. So baby, turn that lemon, make some motherfucking lemonade with all this Taurus energy helping you to be like, matter of fact, yeah, maybe that shit was I would just let me ask my homeboy or homegirl, let me hold this 500 for the next couple weeks. Let me start this business. Let me just try to turn this motherfucker into a positive. So y'all may be dealing with a lot of that, but if y'all are in them transformative situations, because I know Mars done sun, moons, and Gemini. Yeah, sun and moons. And for the risings, your personal life. But but it may have been a little bit more chaotic for the sun and moons because at least when Mars transiting your first house as a Gemini rising, Mars loves to be in that house. So it may have pushed a lot of Gemini risings into being able to make decisions to cut the right people off because they realized what needed their personal intentions. But the sun and moons, it may have just made y'all a little bit more chaotic with the people y'all already surround yourself amongst. So it's like Mars and Cancer about to push on energies where y'all may have to understand y'all actions a little bit more. If that shit come back a little bit, great opportunity to connect that. Great opportunity to express why the fuck you flip like that, all right? Great opportunity to take advantage of that. But if that shit transformed, utilize Mars and Cancer to understand what pushed you to them situations. Utilize Mars and Cancer because Mars goes deep. So that's another reason why Mars and Cancer people can be very introverted, because Mars is always penetrating their emotions, always penetrating the root of why they feel a certain way, aka what Cancer's sun and moons is doing by default and learning how to deal with the emotions. Mars does it, but it does it aggressively. It does it impatiently. It's too overwhelming at times, So it's like It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable moments having to deal with that shit a little bit if you went through some transformations, Gemini. But you gotta use this time to understand what makes you frustrated, what makes you angry like that, what made you impulsive like that around your friends, or in the job area, in the career area. Maybe you should have flipped like that. Maybe your spirit needed that release to cause some transformation. So because your spirit done with that shit, the job that don't align with your purpose, the job. So y'all be thinking spirit don't work like that. Y'all be thinking universe don't work like that. Y'all be thinking another motherfuckers don't go through real fucked up shit because that's what universe has to use to get you to see the grass on the greener side of the grass. I done try to use that motherfucker phrase like 5 times this live. I'm done with that motherfucker. I done fuck that shit up. Grass on the greener side, greener grass, I done fuck that shit up a lot of times. So I'm done with that one. But that's how universe be working. Sometimes universe puts you through a transformative ass situation in your relationship to let you know, all right, this it's expiration date on this one. Y'all should have been this lesson. Y'all was only supposed to be dating for 2 years. Like once y'all helped awaken each other about them habits y'all have, y'all knew y'all was supposed to, but y'all holding on a little too much. All right. So yeah, universe work like that. Your ass will get fired from some shit that don't align with your shit because your ass been there too much. Because you was only supposed to be there temporary. Nah, I ain't gonna stay at this job forever. This is just to pay the bills right now. This is just I'm working on my dream. I'm gonna be posting my videos or I'm gonna be writing my book. And then your ass just got comfortable. You just got comfortable. And now spirit is like, all right, we ain't signed up for this shit. I understand we incarnated into Earth. I understand we can't just jump into our imagination and dreams. Motherfuckers got bills, forms of stability. I understand we got to deal with all that realistic time, concentration, patience shit in this fucking Earth realm. All right? Shout outs to the Earth signs. That's why y'all be manifesting like that. Don't take advantage of your motherfucking powers. But one spirit don't like that heavy routine shit and then settling for shit that's way distant from, its path and what it could test in its creative attributes. Like, it's one thing to not be doing what your purpose is. It's one thing to not be living your dream or whatnot. But spirit loves to be in a process of creating it. Spirit loves to be in the process of getting into the newness, going through the vulnerabilities, the nervousness, the new experiences. That's what spirit craves. It's one thing already accomplishing and manifesting something. That's why 9 out of 10 times when you accomplish and manifest things, subconsciously you're already picking up influences of like, okay, what after this? What's next? This is why this lets you know when you get on your high horse, how you gonna act when you get on your high horse. How you gonna act when you start hitting some milestones? Start really manifesting shit you used to envision. You really playing that shit out into reality. That's the question. How do you act then? A gazillion, trillion, fulfillion spirits have came here and turned fucking dreams and shit into reality. But let's look at how they handled being on that high horse. Let's look at if they put a cap on themselves. Let's look at if they felt like, did the head get too big? Does the ego get too big? So it's constant lessons it's constant graduation to everything in life. But I don't even know how we got all the way over there. But Mars, Geminis, yeah, that Mars and Cancer energy, y'all about to see a whole new way to deal with y'all passions, what made y'all angry and frustrated. And it's going to be some times where certain situations revolving around you, close to you, it may not be something dealing with you. You may have a friend right now, start expressing certain things and then start influencing how you dealt with some shit right now. Don't remember, I told y'all that shit. All right, so, but Gemini, very fruitful time to see. Everybody can make this a fruitful time. It don't matter if you next door, opposite, if you a Taurus, everybody can have a fucked up season and everybody can have a fruitful season. You know what we got to do? We just got to get with these energies. We just got to get practical. We just got to get patient. We just got to really sit down and really value what is it that we offer to the world and just devise a plan to understand it's going to take time. But my spirit is going to at least enjoy working towards something that I value, love, and appreciate, a.k.a. a relationship, career endeavor, personal endeavor. All right? The more we get aligned with that energy, the more we put time into our shit, The more that the more we work at this job from 9 to 5, and then we come home and we sacrifice them extra 2 hours that we really just want to use to watch our favorite show and eat and exhale a little bit. Yeah, we sacrificing the motherfucking 2 hours just to make an extra video, just to write another chapter, write another some more excerpts for your book, to whatever. That energy right there, that sacrificial energy right there on a spiritual level, that shit is so powerful. This is why most people, when they buckle down on their shit, 9 out of 10 times, you start surprising yourself with how much results you could get in a short time. You're like, damn, it was only 2 weeks. It was only 2 weeks in the gym. I fucking feel great though. God damn. I feel great. Shit. Look a smidge bit different in the mirror, but a motherfucker feel good working out 2 weeks in a row consistently. Shit. So it's that substance right there, guys. That sacrificial substance, that extra 2 hours, putting that time and diligence into what you truly value. You know, Taurus season is gonna eat that energy up and make sure something is accounted for that shit. All right. So this is what we want to understand. And Geminis, these are influences y'all got coming to y'all. All right. These are influences y'all got coming to y'all. Once again, all these energies y'all may have already been picking these energies up. All right. Mars just got into Cancer yesterday, but we've had these energies in Taurus for about, going on a week now, but the sun is early as shit in Taurus still. It's 4 degrees. We got 26 more degrees to go. 26 more days to go, y'all. All right. Cancers. My beloved Cancers. All right. Cancers, cardinal water, ruled by the moon. All right. So you guys deal with cardinal energy, creating, starting, initiating, leading, willing in, but y'all do it with the emotions. So wherever heavy emotions is at, that's where you're able to accumulate a lot of that, manifest a lot of that way quicker than others, because you're ruled by the moon, and the moon deals with receiving, attracting. All right. But the moon moves to shit. Moon moves a degree every 2.5 hours. So this is how you may go through different mental approaches towards things, different emotional shifts towards things, because the emotions move that quick as well. All right. But overall, the more you guys learn to stabilize the emotional intent, learn to focus on what to care about and not get overwhelmed by caring about too many things. Power. That's where true power coming from, my fucking Cancer. All right. So all these energies in Taurus, Cancer, all these energies sextiling you guys. When we talk about sextiles, harmonious, access to this energy. All right. Harmonious flow to Taurus energy. So a lot of times Cancers by default, a lot of you guys, when it comes to things that you direct your emotional intent on, when it comes to things you truly care about, it may be some external help that you guys can connect to, maybe some things close to you, people, places, and things that could play out support systems to help you deal with emotional stability a lot of the times. And because consistency is key to opening opportunities. Boy, do I love that. You feel me? So, one thing that Taurus and Cancer have in common, y'all both have influences of the moon. The moon rules Cancer, but the moon is exalted in Taurus. So Tauruses and Cancers are both going to deal with some form of reacting and responding. Cancers more so geared towards their emotional stability. Taurus is going to respond to how they're dealing with physical reality. They're going to respond to career. They're going to respond to their physical surroundings and their forms of security. They're going to respond to that shit. The laziest Taurus going to find a way to get some fucking money. I haven't seen that shit. All right. So, that's what we're looking at with the access, the relationship between Taurus and Cancer. So you being a Cancer, you deal with the emotions. But now we have all these energies, the sun, Venus, and Mercury, all in Taurus, helping us pay attention, put more love and appreciation and more thought, all right, critical analysis into what we value out of ourselves, all right? So you're going to have the ability to align your emotions with some reality right now, Cancer. No matter how unorganized, scattered you may have felt, especially, and when I say unorganized, scattered, for a Cancer, I ain't talking about their bedroom, I ain't talking about their relationship, I'm talking about internally. The more, based off how uncomfortable you guys have been with certain things in the household, certain things with career, you guys gonna have access right to the realistic ways of dealing with these things. But the key is not letting your emotions and how aggressive you're about to be right now and impatient you may be right now throw things off the off the rail, because Mars is in your sign. You don't like that Mars energy. You don't like that shit. You don't like dealing with people that is not have no fucking compassion. You don't like dealing with people that could play out very selfish energies, always into their individual shit, all right? Especially at times, you Cancers, I ain't gonna call y'all selfish, but y'all can be into yourselves. Y'all rule by the moon, y'all can be into yourselves. So then it almost plays out sometimes in your relationships. You want to feel like the person you connecting to is finding ways to nurture how you deal with the emotions. You naturally in a state of understanding the other person's emotions, but it's like if I'm dating somebody, they ain't trying to understand how I react to things. They ain't trying to understand my feelings. It's like, how long is this shit gonna really last? How long this shit really gonna last? So Mars is coming in here. Bree, what's poppin', Bree? Mars coming in here is adding so much more intention to expressing how you truly feel about things. Certain things you may have just turn the other cheek on right now. Mars in Cancer about to bring so much more aggression towards all forms of expression, into all things you want to jump into in your personal endeavors. Invasion of privacy may really take you somewhere else right now. People all up in your shit may really take you somewhere else right now, and you already don't like that shit. So just like when I was telling Aries, they could get heavily frustrated right now when jumping into their personal space is disrupted. Y'all the first ones to flip right now too. It's gonna be with Mars in Cancer. With Mars being in Cancer, watch out for leave Aries, Cancers, Libras, and Capricorns alone. Leave them alone right now with Mars in Cancer. All right, because that shit about to hit all four of these motherfuckers hard. And with Mars being in Cancer, once again, probably some things you would have dealt with more patience. You already can be aggressive when it comes to things you feel heavy on, but it adds such an aggressive intent. And we want to align that passion. We want to align that Mars with Venus, Mercury, and the Sun in Taurus in a positive way. So all that heavy charge and emotion you guys about to have, that shit needs to that shit needs to get in alignment with what is it you're building, with what is it you value, all right? But in a realistic way, Cancers, in a realistic way, it's gonna be some decisions y'all gonna have to make when it comes to your relationships and the people that y'all around or may have let in, and it's gonna have to need a balance of reality with the decision, despite of how you may feel about it. And you gonna know you making the right decision 9 out of 10 times when it's something that's actually supporting you, your personal endeavors that you value, that you're trying to appreciate, that you're trying to support. The distraction, the people that distract you from jumping into your personal passions, or the people that distract you right now from what is it that you're personally trying to build, there's going to be clear indicators of probably space you need to clear. Mars and Cancer about to bring, just like I was saying, the Aries in a way, it may manifest more active responsibilities in the home. And as a Cancer, you could already become an emotional dependent for a lot of people, especially in a family home environment. So, with the phone ringing a little bit more, make sure you get into your meditations, your woosahs right now, clear your space, because, just be, y'all just want to make sure y'all not around, you're not bombarding yourself right now. I know it's springtime, but don't force yourself to get into environments you don't want to be in right now, Cancer. I know how it be for y'all. I know how it be when people be trying to drag you out of certain events and whatnot, and that's the thing. That's the thing about Cancers. Y'all start the summertime. So y'all about sunlight, y'all about being, embracing the new stages of the earth. Y'all about embracing that season, or things dealing with better weather, picnicking. Cancer's down for a goddamn picnic, but Cancer's like doing things in a more private time. Everything gotta be cultivated in a private way for Cancers. So they down with going out to cookouts or not, but they would really like to host it, or they would really like it to be connected to somebody that's family and somebody that they close with, and they know a lot of their mutual friends. So it gives them a real good percentage of what to expect. All right, what type of vibe to expect. They don't like being brought to vibes they don't like. So this season ain't the time with all these energies trying to support you, Taurus, right now. All these energies hitting you in a harmonious way for you to understand how you could realistically build on something you feel a lot on, whether it's something that you need to transform, that you don't like, that you're feeling heavy on, or something that you want to grow positively in your life. You're going to be gaining all type of access to see realistic ways to deal with these things. But Mars in Cancer, I do want to tell y'all to, be more in the present, okay? Y'all are the ones to take your time with things, but there's going to be things that's going to make you want to move more impulsively at times right now, especially with Mars in there. It's going to be things that's going to make you want to move more impulsively. So it won't hurt that much if it's towards creative endeavors, if it's towards exhausting all that new passion, all that surge of energy you're about to get into what you're working on, into going a little overtime, into putting a little 2 extra hours into your shit, whatever you building every day. Yeah, let's use Mars for that, because it's going to bring vitality in your sign. Okay? We don't want to be oversleeping too much, and put Mars to work. If Mars going to be bringing all that goddamn transformation to your home, to your private space, to how you think and how you perceive things, then put that motherfucker to work. We gotta make these planets work for us. All right? So that's what we're dealing with, Cancer. And then also, when it comes to your relationships, Cancer, I also said it could be some more active responsibilities within the home. Expect your relationships to have to deal with a little bit more patience and compromising too, because you are the one to make sure your emotions is respected in a relationship, how you feel about things. That's by default. So when it comes into Mars coming here, you may just be a little bit more aggressive with that shit right now, Cancer. So you don't want to be the one provoking a clash, influencing a clash because, you in your ego a little bit, or you too passionate about how your shit should be respected and received right now. Be careful of that. But as quick as I'm saying that is as quick as you can be manifesting the opposite. Your partner being a little too goddamn individual. Your partner trying to get you to cater so much to his individual ways of doing things. And that may just be an indication of what you do have to deal with in a relationship. So expect that. If you've been in early stages dating right now, Cancers, expect some true raw emotions about how they want things to be done, as much as you may want to express that right now in your relationship too. But the more that you can utilize some more, see, all this energy in Taurus is heavy Venus energy. So Venus, that's the positive of any minor clashes or major clashes we may deal with, especially in our relationship life. We're going to be wanting to dive in more of a realistic way of communicating and relating things if it's something that we truly do value. If you have a partner that's not so open, you're dating somebody that's not so open, and you're realizing they're doing a bit more compromising, a bit more expressing of their feelings and thoughts, don't take that for granted. Don't take that for granted right now. Don't take that for granted right now. Appreciate it. Work with that. People be wanting to imply their love languages on others. People be wanting people to communicate, relate, understand like others. No. Learn to make your energies work with somebody else if you value this person, if you value that relationship. That's the problem. People fuck up a lot of good opportunities because they trying to... What you want to date? You? What you like... You want to try to make a sim? You might as well make a motherfucking sim and date a sim. If you can't learn to balance and compromise, if you can't learn to adjust this tool and that tool with somebody else to meet harmony, then it was an experience. Keep it pushing. But the habit of trying to make others understand us, or trying to force others to understand us some way, people gonna naturally understand you the way they do. You have to be able to accept that and realize that's the reality. Venus, Sun, Mercury, and Taurus. A Taurus person will be in a relationship with somebody understanding they love the person way more. But if the Taurus realistically understands that person does love them, that person is a secure situation, that person is stable with them, that person is trustworthy, the Taurus don't mind having that much emotion because they can look at the security, the reality of the relationship. All right? So it's levels to love languages. It's levels. But if you don't take your time to understand the love language of somebody else and try to keep implying yours, then where does the balance ever get met? So this is the type of energy that we're going to be dealing with, Venus and Taurus. The relationships we're going to be seeing, is it worth me valuing and loving, appreciating this? Is this something that makes me feel secure in some type of shape or form? All right. So, there's going to be opportunities to compromise if you do run into that heavy individual selfish shit in your relationships around this time, Cancer, all right? People calling you just people calling y'all Cancers during this season. Heavy Mars and energy will have people calling y'all right now. Soon as you pick up the phone, start going off about some shit. Not even asking you how your day been. Not even asking you how you doing. Told you they was gonna call you 2 days ago. Didn't call you, and then now they calling you, and then they going crazy about some other shit in their personal life. Expect that shit, Cancer. You can't let that shit make you come out your shit though. Like you can't let Cancers, you know, in life, a lot of y'all is learning proper times to come out y'all shell and proper times to just let shit ride. All right, so there's maybe a lot of situations you may just have to let shit ride, but understand how to give it to them, not in the extreme. Like, yo, you said you was gonna call me 2 days ago. You don't know what the fuck I've been through these past 48 hours, and now you just calling me with this, that, and the third. Like, I'm kind of not. I'm uncomfortable right now. You know, I'm just in the crib. I'm relaxing. Like, I'm gonna hit you later. Like, you know, I'm just mad temporarily, but I'm gonna holler at you later or whatever. I know how I said that. I'm a Libra. That shit's natural. I could communicate that shit. But for Cancer, what I just did, that shit, that's you asking the Cancer really want to pick up the phone and be silent, so you could just feel that motherfucker. Like, a Cancer gonna give you something you could feel. It's gonna give you something you could feel. Cancer gonna have a way of picking up the phone, just being like, or being on FaceTime just like this. Like, they gonna be on FaceTime just like, oh, word, that's what happened? Okay. Boy, you gonna be feeling that shit. You gonna be feeling that moon. Like, damn, they not fucking with me right now. Like, that shit gonna make you want to hang up. That shit gonna force you to hang the phone up. So that's why people dash on Cancers a lot. Because if you fuck a Cancer over, you take advantage of Cancer, it's too powerful even being around that moon energy. It's too powerful even being around that emotion sometimes. It makes other people uncomfortable. They don't even, so once they do something, express something, you don't even want them to get to that. You hope that they just keep it silent, so it gives you a chance to be like, you know, I'm gonna call you later. You hope that happens, so you could just devise an apology, create an apology for the night, and give it to them tomorrow, and then let it blow over. And even at that, they forgive, but don't forget. So that Cancer energy strong, man. So Cancer is gonna have to be a lot of situations. Y'all don't let people have y'all come out of y'all fucking skin over some bullshit right now. Right. Oh, that Mercury in Cancer ain't gonna say too much. That Mercury in Cancer ain't just gonna be ain't gonna be going back and forth on you in the phone like that. No. Not Mercury in Cancer. No. Gemini, Sun, Mercury in Cancer. It depends with them. It depends how much they in their emotions at. Depends where the moon is at, you know. But Gemini, Sun, Mercury, Cancer, they gonna express how they feel somewhat. They gonna find the words to articulate it a little bit more. But it's just gonna be by default because they talk fast, they act quick. But they got Mercury and Cancer, so that shit gonna be a lot of how they feel. But yeah, that's what y'all gonna be dealing with, Cancers. All right. So moving on, Leos. All right. Fixed fire ruled by the sun. Fixed fire ruled by the sun. We know fire dealing with creative expression, awareness, insight, but it's fixed, so it's concentrated. So Leos be concentrated on forms of creativity, awareness, how they see themselves, how they see things. All right? We have stubborn Leos, very determined motherfucking Leos. You think the Leo bugging, thinking like, ain't no way you about to do that shit. Leave a Leo up to their vision and magical things happen. I tell y'all that shit right now. Leave a Leo up to their visions. I got a close double Leo friend. He knows he purposely puts himself in certain situations to make himself deal with pressure, or he constantly. I used to think it was just something he did when we were younger, like, and I realized like, oh shit, like this nigga does this naturally. He purposely puts himself in unrealistic situations to make himself have to work harder to do something or something. Like Leos have funny ways of playing tricks on themselves with their potential or what they could see. This is the power of the sun. There ain't no really, you can't, how do you expect to put a limit on what the sun can see? You just ponder on that. So, as dramatic as a Leo can be, as much as a Leo can seek attention, you have to understand that root energy, they are the sun. Who they are naturally shines. Some Leos have to learn how to embrace that shit some more. There's some Leos that, depending on other placements, maybe a Cancer moon, Virgo rising or some shit. And it's like, all right, like, I'm good. I can't just deal with this much sunlight, this much. I don't need to have all that shit. My friends be wanting that attention shit. Give some of them shit. Give some of that shit. I can't give some of that shit to them. So that's the Leo right there. Now we got all these energies in Taurus. Taurus is squaring you guys. So squares are things that you're gonna have to learn. It's gonna come with some clashes. And then, like I said, this could still be a fruitful season, but it shows that you have more adjusting with your energies to do than other signs may have to do. Now, where are the adjustments are going to have to be made? Now, fixed earth is dealing with being concentrated on practicality, something with reality, something with time, all right, something with a foundation. You fire. You move off the vision. You move off how you feel and see things, okay? May not be as calculated and structured as at times, all right? You may leave a lot of the work up to your creativity. There's a lot of Leos that just want to go in the booth, make the song, and, depending, you got them Leos and Mercury and Virgos, they some super strategical motherfuckers. But you got some Leos, they don't want to be dealing with all that shit. It's like, let me just go in the booth and lay this motherfucker. That's what we got an engineer and all that shit for. Let them put that shit together and all that, all right? Let me have some Capricorn Earth friends and whatnot to worry about the marketing, the branding. Just all I know, I just turn on the camera and go. I just get on the booth and go. Like all that extra shit, like just put me on the stage. Like make sure the cameraman doing his job. Make sure the nigga with the lights doing their job. Make sure the nigga with the curtains, that nigga that open the curtains up when I come out, make sure that nigga don't open that shit up a second early or a second late. All I worry about is on the fucking stage. Make sure my mic right. Because if any of that shit is out of whack, y'all niggas worrying about me. If any of that shit out of whack, I'm going off. AKA, when other people try to throw off my consistent vision, when other people trying to force me to feel ways I feel about things, that shit is really uncomfortable. That shit will make me flip. A heavy expressive fire. It will make my dancing flame that was nice and creative grow a little bit more. Touch you a little bit more. To let you know, stop fucking with me. Stop trying to change how I see things. Stop trying to tell me I'm delusional. Y'all can't see what I see. How the fuck I'm delusional? I see what the fuck I see. This is a Leo. So when you have all these energies in Taurus, you see where we clash now? It can't all be about how you see things right now, Leos. It can't all be about how you feel things about right now. One thing about you guys do get with transforming a bit more than the other fire signs. Now, fire signs can transform, but a lot of times y'all can transform in a chaotic way. I was just lighting some Palo Santo the other day, because Palo Santo, you got to light that motherfucker a couple of times. That bitch go out quick. I'm lighting some Palo Santo, and then I was lighting it, and if for you guys that like that shit, the flame could travel quick to the point you burn the whole stick quick. Like, you can still use it, but it'll burn the whole stick quick. So I'm just lighting the motherfucker, so I was just letting the flame build up. I was just watching something on my phone. The motherfucking flame the shit got so close to my motherfucking hand, I started blowing that bitch, waving that shit, and it shit just made me think. I'm like, damn, you put fire and earth together, that shit can be very transformative. AKA, a fire sign can bring a lot of transformation to something stable, because it moves so quick, because it burns through reality. So I'm like, this is the perfect example of fire signs could burn bridges or could be a little bit too ahead of themselves realistically. The fire moves so fast that the whole stick is black, but it's not fully burnt yet. It's not fully ashed. So it's still a bridge you could walk, but it's burnt, motherfucker burnt. You feel me? But it's also showing me the ability to transform as well. So it's just that when fire signs get more strategical about how they about to transform things, beasts. People that have fire, earth, People that have earth and fire in their big three, these people be having real visions about business, and that shit builds up traction quick. Like, damn, that shit was just an idea a couple months ago. You already making sales? That shit already LLC'd? You know? Now, it's a mixture of things, all right? Because some of fire and earth signs clash still. But that's what these people are doing. But even though they clash, that's why it could come off as an internal clash at times, because they're utilizing their creativity and they're trying to find ways for it to be stable too. So a lot of times they do it, it may not be realistic. So they have to learn a lot how to make it happen. But boy, once that vision, they start learning how to create the perfect container. Like, okay, I had this creative vision. The first container I make, I see why it didn't fit into that container. This container, this vision, this song, this book, this is perfect. It should fit right into this form of stabilization right here. Perfect. So that's what the fire and earth signs be dealing with. So Leos, this is what you have to learn this season. It can't be about how you feel in your relationships and how you could do a lot of assuming too. Because the sun come out and shine every day. We know what you gonna do. So at the same time, you know, you coming out shining and shedding light coming out every day. You know, you're seeing a lot of the same things in your awareness. You have a fixed way of seeing how you see things and how you go about it. The moments that you're dealing with other people and other people are throwing you different advice, Leos. Other people are trying to throw realistic ways of how you should be looking at that. In your relationship, you know, they're trying to do, your partner may be trying to communicate some more things or look at things from a more realistic point of view, and you're still stuck on how you see and feel about things. This is where the heavy clashes are going to be. All right. Now, we could flip this into a super fruitful season, Leos. If you utilize the ability with all this heavy friction, because the friction is going to be Taurus energy forcing you to be stable, forcing you to be realistic, possibly forcing you to slow down and be in the present some more, Leo. Okay? So all these influences you catch in with your relationships to have that realistic conversation and not be in your mood about something, not say things subliminal, Leos. Not be with the subliminal shit. Actually have the realistic conversation. Okay? Not just be in your feelings about what you're doing career-wise or why you in certain circumstances you're in life. All them heavy, concentrated energies you're going to be feeling about how you may not resonate with things in the present. That's Taurus energy saying, motherfucker, if we could strategize some more, if we could find out what we about to put some more strategical time into, then we wouldn't be feeling like this. That's what Taurus season is going to do. All right? That's why you got the Taurus and Leo. That's why you got the Taurus and Leo relationship. I love the Taurus and Leo relationship. Like, it really be too great. Like, it really be like two great areas. It'd be like a fucking... It is like either they got the positive side of Bobby and Whitney or they're the bad side of Bobby and Whitney. Like, either they really something really nice to look at. Like, damn, relationship goals. Leo, they dress nice together. The Taurus be kissing on the Leo and they be having matching outfits and shit. Or that should just be some other shit on the stage. Because anything that comes around Leo manifests some light. Anything that comes around Leos manifests more attention. A Leo could start dating somebody and that person start getting more popular. That person just start getting more known because they dating Leo. I know some low-key ass Leos that still know a lot of people. Still know who all the popping people in their area is. Still know who all the dope dealers is. Still know who all the top club promoters in the city. But they low-key as shit. So that's just the Leo energy is going to know what's popping, what's trendy, what's in the light. That's the sun energy. But it can't just be all about that right now, Leo. All right? So, Venus itself, in Taurus, squaring your sun, you're going to be seeing different ways that you need to act on what you love and appreciate more realistically. All right? Once again, Mercury being 4 is going to slow the mind down for you to develop more realistic strategical thoughts about how you want to creatively express yourself and how you're seen. You're going to be forced to see the reality of how you communicate with others, Leo. So you know I'm gonna pull y'all card. Y'all good for some subliminal ass communication. Y'all good for not telling somebody that you know you don't want to be around them right now, but with just giving some bullshit ass energy. Like yeah, I'm good. Like, that's how Leo show you they don't fuck with you. They might not tell you that shit directly. When your ass is around, they ain't the sun. They ain't the sun no more. They act like they a sunset. They turn into a sunset when your ass come around. And as soon as your ass leave, they back to like, yeah, I'm good. Like, yeah, this motherfucker energy is bringing me down. Anyways, so you can't be playing all them games that this season, Leo. Like, it's gonna be some more realistic approaches you gotta have towards things right now. Okay. And it's once again, everything that's forcing you to slow down is great indications of things that you want to put time into right now, Leo. You got so much creativity, but at times it just needs to be just have more of a foundation to what's under it at times. So taking that extra step to add something that helps ground what you're creatively into. Okay. Now Mars entering Cancer. Okay. Mars entering Cancer, this is going to be next door. So it was just sextiling you. So you may have had your real ways of expressing to others how you really feel and see about things. I remember myself a couple of readings ago saying, Leos, you guys may have been dealing with transformation in your relationships based off of seeing how people don't align with your personal visions and feeling like now they feeling like responsibilities. Now everybody that don't align with how you personally see things, you start jumping into a bag where you're like, I'm good. Like I ain't forcing y'all to align with my shit right now. I'm gonna just go do my own thing. A lot of y'all was going through that with Mars, sextiling y'all sun in Gemini. Or situations where, once again, you truly have to express some things to others in order to make your individual space more clear. So now with Mars moving into Cancer, you guys, neighbor sign, about to see different ways to deal with your passions. This is why the Taurus energy might kick in, on double dose with that, because you got Taurus energy forcing you to deal with more reality and time, Leos. Look at your relationships and yourself more realistically, all right? Mars is right next door, and, you're seeing different perspectives of expressing your passions or dealing with different people, places, and things that you care about. So you may have a real aggressive intent because you're going to see such a, like, damn, this could work, or I should really express this, all right? It's going to seem like the such right thing to do. It's right next door. So you got to be real conscious of how you're expressing yourself right now. We got to be real conscious of that right now, Leo. This is not a time for Leos that I advise y'all to, I don't like Leos. Sometimes y'all can have people around y'all that don't genuinely fuck with y'all, and they around y'all for some type of light, for some type of, you got a name, they trying to get around who you around. It'd be some other intent behind it. So sometimes, Leos, you got to learn to see behind the scenes at times. Sometimes you could be shedding a huge flashlight on things in front of you and forget what's behind you. That's what y'all learn from Scorpios, all right? That's what the Scorpio square be teaching Leos, all right? So make sure you're checking the snakes in the ground, Leo, making sure you understand who you be attracting in your environment. You're the sun, so you're going to attract something. You're going to attract some people, places, and things in your goddamn life. You got to understand where the genuine energies is coming from these people. So it's like with Mars in Cancer and all these energies in Taurus, I want y'all to be real conscious of the people that y'all around, Leos, for sure, because I don't want all this Taurus energy forcing y'all to be more practical and stable based off of how relatable or how much you've been trying to be the life of the party or uplift others, inspire others, when you got some things you need to stabilize right now, Leo. All right. So that's what but remember, Taurus season is about, valuing and appreciating what you love, shooting out your creative attributes in as most strategic or practical way we can. So you guys are already dealing with forms of creativity. So that's where the natural alignment is here. The creative part don't be the problem, all right? The vision of what to do in your personal life that you want to grow and take action on, that don't be the problem. The idea is about how we stay consistent with stabilizing it and not allowing things that's dealing with fifth house energy outside of your life, fun, activity, other forms of extracurricular shit, how you like to have fun or whatnot, your social life, that can't play out so much as a restriction as so much as a friction with what is it you're trying to balance right now. You got to be careful of that. You got to be careful of that. You're going to feel strong priority, responsibility energies right now, Leo. And if you've already been putting time and finding ways, needing ideas to see how to structure things, especially when it comes to career, way more clarity on them things right now. You're going to see some fruits of some labor right now and understand how to move on these things some more. All right? Thing off of that Scorpio plate. Right? Boom. Boom. All right? So that's what we're dealing with there. Now, Virgos. Let's get to it. Mutable Virgos ruled by Mercury. So we had all these energies in Aries, which was in conjunction to you. So it may have been little minor frictions and clashes dealing with what is it that you want to truly jump into with personal endeavors, especially gauging how you adjusting yourself with relationships, understanding, how you want to, what relationships hinder your personal expression and whatnot. Virgos, you're going through a lot of that energy. All right. You're also dealing with some energies trying to understand how to make sure, probably overthinking a lot of containers, forms of stability that you've been trying to place your creativity on, or seeing how different ways to strategize and stabilize your creativity, whether it's a brand, a business, something that you're creatively into. Aries season, you naturally deal with putting things together, seeing the details to things, analyzing, and learning from how other people structure things. All right. That's your natural energy, but we was dealing with Aries energy, so it's dealing with the self-identity, personal creations. All right. So that's where you was trying to learn how to add your energy and align your energy with. And that was dealing with your relationships as well. Understanding how you was personally being respected, felt, and seen in your relationships. So we have all these energies moving into Taurus. All right. So this is your trine sign, Virgo. This is you, earth sign, just like Taurus. So y'all both deal with practicality, reality, time, patience. All right. Making sense of things. And when we have all these energies making us pay attention to this Taurus energy, the way it's going to be influencing you is going to create a lot of opportunities to see where your creativity fits. It's going to be a lot of creativity to see, who is it you can, you do, what relationships you do value that you want to continue to work on. And there's going to be opportunities shown, influence thrown your way for you to understand, okay, because you could Virgos, y'all be overthinking the shit. Y'all can overthink everything. Y'all can overthink what y'all love. Know y'all love something and still overthink that shit. Like, yeah, I know I love you, motherfucker, but gotta keep my eye on you. I love you, though. This Virgos that's just how it is. So, you gotta make sure, Samani, I'm working today. I get these energies out. But, when we look at that energy, Virgos, you gotta understand that if you have all these energies in Earth, things that you want to get more stabilized, things that you want to get into fruition, you want to become more realistic, there's opportunities for that. And these opportunities are going to be thoughts, feelings, conversations with others, you having more clarity about resources you already have to understand how to work something some more. All right? Expect some Venus trining you right now. Expect some support from your relationships. I know, Virgos, you guys are another sign that could help a lot of others. Might not go out your way, won't go out your way to ask for help. Won't go out your way to, you may even see a friend that has a resource, but it's still vulnerability at times to connect that resource. It's like, there's another way I could get that resource on my own. Oh, fuck that. I don't want to be everybody else shit. I don't want everybody up in my shit, so. Everybody being all critical about my shit, so let me not come off like that. That's straight up Virgo energy. But this season, Virgos, you guys, this week, y'all motherfuckers was ready, gaining more clarity about, wait, hold on. Like, your cousins or your friends telling you, because remember, Venus is getting us to appreciate what we value and what we work on. What is it that we really creatively into? What we feel like we have to offer. The sun is helping us to see it, and Mercury is helping us to communicate it, build more ideas on it. So y'all just manifesting opportunities because it's a trance. So y'all just might be manifesting conversations with your friend telling you that shit. With your friend telling you damn, you ain't start that business yet, Virgo? Damn. Still loving that no good motherfucker, Virgo? Damn, Virgo. So yeah, this season is Aries season shook y'all up a lot. Aries season probably put a lot of Virgos by default into an energy where it made y'all realize was you working hard, is you hardly working, Virgo? Is you thinking hard, or is you thinking hard? Because Virgo doing one of them. That one is just gonna be the same thing for both. Virgo doing both. Ain't no other option. But that's what, it's not the homosexuals. Man, oh man. Told y'all, Taurus season. Taurus is gonna be a lot of hobos. Taurus season. A lot of homosexuals is getting cut off. Rent. You paying rent this month, or you done. You done. I ain't doing this. So, this what we dealing with when it comes to Taurus season for the Virgos, all right? Way more clarity on things that y'all already have. Way more clarity how to move on relationships that y'all already had a realistic point of view on, but it's like, nah, I got to trust my instinct on this. Like, I got to continue to work on value this, or I'm moving this out my schedule and regimen. So, I hope they got their income tax right. You know them homosexuals good for that. Like, babe, don't worry, my income tax supposed to be coming in. Damn, I got you. I've been telling you that for the past 2.5 years, but this year my income tax gonna hit. It's gonna hit, baby. So, Virgos, we also have Mars and Cancer hitting y'all in a sextile. So, Virgos is very critical about who they deal with on a personal level. So if you see some people Virgos be with on a personal level a lot, that's the homie. That's the homie. That's their brother. They not related, but they brothers. They not related, but they sisters. If they are always around the Virgo. Virgo don't. It's not really a Virgo forte. You feel me? Because once a Virgo pick up a little gut instinct, see a little something funny about somebody's character, and then it's now Virgo always have to have more nervous energy around you. Feel like they always got to think for you probably a little bit more. Probably feel like when y'all go out, they have to be the brains for you a little bit more. It's like, I can't keep doing that. Can't keep having friends I got to think for, and friends that I got to help structure and just show how to do things. Okay? So, Mars and Cancer, y'all about to gain a whole bunch of new clarity on motherfuckers you've been doing that for. Motherfuckers you've been putting too much care for. Because we all getting passionate about how we feel about things. We all getting passionate about how we deal with our private space, our emotions. And now, Virgo, since y'all all naturally jump in a state of helping other people structure and organize their goddamn life, once you start building a connection with them, now it's like you're seeing like, all right, does that shit be reciprocated, or is that shit deserved even? Does this motherfucker even deserve that shit? So, hobosexual, that's when motherfuckers just sleep on your couch. It's a hobosexual. Niggas just find couches to sleep on. So, totally told me he did last night. So, Virgos, like, y'all about to be understanding that, and y'all gonna be understanding how, Aries season was already pushing y'all to see what is it that we about to cut off to put focus on our personal transformation. That Aries season was hitting y'all straight with that. Aries season was making y'all feel like y'all think way too much and y'all got to act more. Or it was helping you to understand how your actions have been helping you more than staying in the thought so much. Thinking about proofreading and stage 1 so much, and you've been understanding like, damn, I just got to keep my foot on the pedal right now. That's really like the two main spectrums Virgos is in right now. Either they was like, damn, my ass is I'm more so on the hardly working spectrum than working hard. Or, damn, this is what happens when you just say fuck it and put some shit, you just start some shit. That's how it happens. Like, this what happens. This the type of shit that could grow out of you just saying fuck it and just like not overplanning some shit. Damn, that shit not that bad. I mean, not saying I'm about to be some non-planning ass nigga. Nah, I ain't say that. I ain't say that. Just listen to what I say carefully. Listen to what I say carefully, just like how I be listening to what y'all motherfuckers say carefully, Virgo. But that's what Aries energy teaches, Virgo. More leap of faith energy, more fuck it energy, Virgo. I'm trying to think of a movie where like Hitch or some shit. I'm trying to think of like a movie, like most dating coaches, most movies with dating coaches, or a lot of perspectives male dating coaches give, especially in I need to make a video about this, especially in the generation of Aquarius generation. Everybody dating coaches, everybody, when it comes to feminism, when it comes to toxic masculinity and the MGTOW movement, and it's just everybody, relationships is going through such a transformation. Everybody's going through everybody's projecting their individual, ethics about relationships very strong right now. They're unique, different perspectives about relationships. But that leap of faith energy, Virgos, when it's like most male dating coaches or whatnot will tell other men or young men, like, the reason you ain't getting that girl because you care too goddamn much. You need to just not give a fuck and go talk to her. You feel me? Like, just don't give a fuck. What a teacher that I was, one of the most strongest gems, spiritual gems, be some simple shit. And I remember a teacher just saying fuck it a lot of times helps a lot of times in situations. This is my esoteric message, personal message for Virgos this season. All right. The more you say fuck it and continue to grasp on the opportunities to work on what you value, Virgos, things is gonna make some progress. Like you're gonna have open opportunities this season, Virgo, to gain clarity on real, real concrete ways to add on to what you're doing. And when it comes to your relationships, there's gonna be all type of opportunities for you to really dive more into connecting the emotion. But it's gonna be times you may not gauge it right. You may do it in extremes with Mars sextiling you. You may understand this is a time to be more open about the emotion, but you gotta just prep yourself, Virgos. So like just prep yourself, understand what you want to communicate. Don't dump. Give the person a chance to balance it out with you. Be careful of dumping too much emotional weight at once, Virgo, right now. And I know dealing with the emotions, I know that shit ain't easy for y'all. I know y'all don't be dealing with that shit neither. Y'all don't be dealing with that shit neither. Shit just gotta make sense for y'all. The relationship makes sense, okay. If the relationship makes sense, then it makes sense to love you then. If this relationship don't make sense, then I don't know. I gotta fix this whole love shit. I gotta see how you return this shit. I don't know if they got refunds on this shit. Virgos are homosexuals, not working what think they are. Man, yes, please make a video about it. I'll be checking. Right. So let me not say this season is more so of a fuck it season. Aries season was more so trying to teach you the fuck it energy. To just forget it. I'm gonna just do it. I don't care what people think. I'm gonna just start this store, this brand. I think I've been working this shit long enough. The spring season, the Aries season, I think I've been strategizing shit enough. Or like, fuck this relationship. I overthink this shit too fucking much. I don't want to be in a relationship where I overthink too much. Y'all may have transformed that shit during Aries season. All right. All things that was making you overthink, that make you super overthink about shit. Y'all really wasn't things that y'all felt like y'all had to overwork on. Things that y'all felt like you had to work on so much because it wasn't really what you truly want to work on personally. Y'all transformed a lot of that shit during Aries season. At least in an emotional way, at least in a mental way, in a psychological way. You may still be in a relationship. You may still be at that job, Virgo, but you kind of checked out spiritually during Aries season. You kind of checked out because you was being influenced to use your natural ability to work, structure, organize, practicalize things, put things in order with your personal gifts, with your personal identity, what you personally can express and put in the light. So now that we got all these energies in Taurus, you got the new vision of these things, a bunch of opportunities to stabilize it. Mars in Cancer hitting you in a sextile, a bunch of new passion and strong emotional intent directed to what you're working on. Okay. But you can also flip that intent, and what you're working on quick on people that, because Virgos, y'all motherfuckers could give a critique, but taking a critique, oh shit. Boy, can y'all be some runway model judges. Boy, can y'all be some America's Got Talent judges. Boy, can y'all be some motherfucking designers that know how to critique other designer work. Boy, can y'all be some engineers, producers that know how to critique the other sound of another producer. Like, yeah, they're not using their snare right in this beat. If they had this system that, yeah, because the microphone hit. Boy, y'all could do that. Boy, y'all could get on that talk show and be like, yeah, they relationship guys. You know, Kim and Kanye, I knew this shit wasn't going to last since day motherfucking one, all right? Psychologically, Kanye's just out of here. Kim, she's too superficial. You know, she a Libra. So, yeah, she like the superficial shit that come with Kanye and the relationship image. You know, she just jumps into a bunch of relationships. She a Libra. But anyway, y'all could do that all day. But when it comes to y'all shit... When it comes to y'all being the contestant in American Idol and it's time for Simon to rank your shit, oh shit. That's the hardest pill to swallow. That's the hardest pill to swallow for the Virgo. Wait, a nigga about to judge me? Nigga about to, wait, people want to actually see the results of my work? God damn. Wait, so I can't just make the product for people to use? Like, there's a section for them to write a review? Hey yo, nah. There's a review section, like niggas can really leave like I mean, I ain't say this shit gonna work for everybody. I just said this shit really works for me. It might work for you. Damn, it's a hard knock life for a Virgo. So Virgos can't be jumping to that heavy. You can't be jumping into that heavy energy this season. Like, nah, there's too many opportunities coming your way to stabilize some creative ass ideas y'all got. I like to say Virgos, Libras, Aquarius, Sagittarius a lot of the times. It's probably some more, but them signs right there. A lot of people, these niggas will be Beethoven, these niggas will be Timbaland, these niggas will be Picasso, and some niggas won't ever know. All for different reasons. Aquarius want to go do their shit a whole original way, so it takes time for them to understand how to cultivate that in their life. Sagittarius just do that shit spontaneously all the time. Ain't no organization to the shit. Libras just learning how other people do that shit a lot to compare to how they do their shit and need their best friend confirmation and their friend's confirmation. Virgos proofread the book 3 years before they publish it. So it's like, come on, y'all. Taurus season about to, you can't neglect what you value. You can't neglect what is it that you want to offer to the world. You can't neglect what your self-worth is. You can't neglect your creative attributes in Taurus season. So we getting forced to put time into that shit. That's what it is. All right, Virgo. So you already deal with time. You already deal with structuring. You already deal with common sense. You already know what resources is needed for the job, for the plan, for the mission, for the goal. That's your natural powers and gifts. All right. But channeling your emotion and how you feel about things and making sure you're not too emotionally connected to things that's exhausting your work, exhausting the person. Like sometimes another thing about you Virgos are very underrated for the durability. Durability for a Virgo is crazy. Like Aries, Virgos, Capricorns, Leos, Cancers, durability be crazy. But that shit can't continue. Virgos, for y'all specifically, y'all can't exhaust that shit trying to work on other people's shit right now. Or help bring structure to undeserving motherfuckers. Unappreciative, unthankful motherfuckers. All right? So that's what we're dealing with, Virgo. Now, Libras. Okay? Cardinal air, ruled by Venus. Right? So you guys have the influence of Venus, but it's on your other side though. It's on the feminine side. It's on the feminine side, which is Taurus. So we trying to understand how to, appreciate our support system instead of communicate it so much and relate it. We're trying to understand and receive forms of security and support, all right? And not just communicating and relating what we value. It's time for some more practicality and structure for the things that you value, Libra, all right? With all this energy in Taurus, it play out in conjunction, even though you got Venus in common. So there's going to be a lot of situations this season, Libra, where you may not come off being realistic because you communicate what you value so much, but you ain't working on acting on it so much. So you could naturally be in situations right now feeling uncomfortable, feeling like people are not reciprocating your energy or looking at you like you're unrealistic, or you just be chatting because you naturally communicate Venus shit. You naturally communicate what you like, what you want to do, your aspirations, your creative attributes. Motherfucker, we want to see some concrete shit this season, Libra. We want, you tapping into your self-esteem and your values. Libras be knowing what they willing to compromise. That's one thing. They may be sleeping on it. They may take a whole bunch of procrastination and overthinking and a whole bunch of, brainstorming with their best friend, their close friends to figure out how they gonna do it. But goddamn, Libras know what the fuck they value, just like Taurus and Pisces, all right? They got Venus energy. So, shit, if anything, Libras, y'all value too many goddamn things. That's another thing. If anything, them signs, they be going through whirlwinds with what they want to do career-wise with the world. Because they be, Venus make you value creative. Oh, I value want to do music. I value writing this book. I value acting. I value this business. So Venus just want to connect to her pleasures, but in different ways. When we look at Libras, not only do y'all deal with Venus, y'all air. So a lot of Venus energy is intertwined with your relationships, aka you play out a lot of compromising energies in your relationships that create responsibilities that you may not be wanting to deal with all the time. But you realize you should have just told a person, I actually don't know if I'm going to be free next week. I'll let you know for real tomorrow. Or instead of, yeah, just let me know, remind me, just call me on that day. And then boom, person calling you twice, you like, shit. Man, another responsibility with somebody else. You feel me? Taurus season gonna kick in all the reality about the people, places, and things that you value, Libra. Taurus season gonna show you, Libra, it ain't all about what you talking and what you thinking. Where is our results, Libra? What is it? What's the progress with what we've been building since we value it? When it comes to your relationships, Libra, maybe somebody you like, maybe somebody you have feelings for, you have to be more realistic about the state of the relationship right now. Taurus get way more realistic about their relationships before a Libra does because it's Earth. Okay? Earth needs to feel grounded and secure. The foundation needs to be sturdy. Libras could be too up in the air. This communication is, the air is everywhere. And at least I know the ground right here. This little portion of air that's right here might drift over there in a couple of seconds. You feel me? This shit just be everywhere. You feel me? So Libras, yeah, your relationships, your friendships, your associates, the people you're around, you got to see the reality of these people. You could be way too connected, way too open to too much. And when it comes to what you personally value, your personal creative attributes, you already deal with procrastination. You already deal with, maybe being in your head a little bit too much as an air sign. But the more you channel more of a strategical way of doing things, give yourself week by week to really wake up on your alarm clock and schedule, organize things, and follow out with your to-do list. And you're going to see how the people that you're going to understand what relationships are the distractions. You subconsciously already know which relationships play out as distractions. But your ability to curb them, your ability to express that, we can't do date weekend this weekend. I got work to do, or I got this personal priority, boom, boom, boom. Like, I know I said that a month ago, but I'm sorry. Like, cause it's the Taurus got to get situated in what it really values. So the more you don't get situated about what you value, you just allow yourself to think about it, it's going to play out as a frustration this season. All right, Libras. Now we have Mars in Cancer. This is a square, all right? So like I said earlier, it's hitting all the cardinal signs hard, okay? So Libra, the thing about Cancer energy that you don't get along with, it don't make sense for you to, when you see people that just deal with straight emotion, they just make decisions, irrational decisions off emotion, you don't like that energy. That's uncomfortable for you. People that's so strong into their emotions that when you try to communicate with them or deal with them, it's like, damn, this person's too much in their emotions. They can't even deal with this conversation logically. That is a pet peeve for you. You got Mars and Cancer squaring you, so you're about to attract situations to understand how to deal with others that you care about, regardless if they don't fucking think the same way as you, regardless if they don't see the same way as you, but you care about them, you love them. You're going to have to really kick your fucking mediator, balance, judge skills in now, instead of jumping into that. You see, they throw all that judge balance shit out, but the other side of Libra can have his ways of dealing with subliminal, indirect communication and really just leave you stranded somewhere thinking you made a connection, thinking they was understanding your ass and they did. Now they ain't picking up calls. They ain't texting you back. None of that is dead. So don't be that petty. Don't be petty, Libra. If there's a person you care about, you better meet that Mars energy. You don't fuck with Cancer and you don't fuck with Mars. So this what I'm saying is really going to hit the Libras hard. Because Cancer deals with emotion, the moon. That's one thing y'all don't like doing because y'all rather think about how to deal with the emotions and y'all can overthink instead of actually feel a situation out some more. Or strategize your relationship instead of understanding some more. So, try to intellectualize everything. You air sign. But then, so that's the Cancer energy. Then Mars is like, Mars, you don't appreciate people that's impatient, direct, don't compromise, just be into the individual thing. You like, damn, you selfish as hell. Like, damn, you don't got no compromise in you, no balance in you. Like, you ain't trying to harmonize anything. So you're going to be attracted to situations, learning how to deal with, people that may be into their own emotions, but you're connected to them in some type of shape or form, Libra. So this season can play out as a lot of your relationships being responsibilities you care about. And now you're dealing with high active emotions in relationships, all right? High active emotions in a family home environment or with people, places, and things you care about. And you really have to do your due diligence to meet that balance, to use your powers and gifts as an opportunity to bring some connection between how you think about things and how you feel about things, all right? Because those two things are going to be on, you're going to feel a way about somebody, but you may not be thinking a certain way about somebody. And as a Libra, you can feel a way, you can have an emotion, feeling for somebody, but if something rubs you the wrong intellectually, you will run off that thought. You will bounce. You will be like, fuck the emotion. I'll get rid of the emotion sooner or later. This is why a lot of Libras get out of relationships and get rebounds quick. Go back to their exes quick because they feel like that shit is like, yeah, I'll shake the emotion off of that chick or off of him or her or whatever. I'll be good. Like, I get back to relating to somebody else. You got to be careful that when it comes to the environments you care about, the people you care about, relationships you care about, you don't just think you have this whole strategical idea of how to, manipulate a situation. It may deal with some more understanding with something that seems real intense or confrontational. Deal with that confrontation, Libra. Deal with that shit. You better learn how to deal with that confrontation. Because guess what? It's just going to play out as more of a burden when you're trying to jump into the things that Taurus season is trying to make you stabilize. Mars and Cancer is going to be like, nope. Pick up the phone. It's time to argue. Nope. Pick up the phone. It's time to compromise. Nope. Another responsibility with somebody else that you got to tell them that, sorry, I can't do this right now. Please don't be mad, but it is what it is. I'll find a way to make it up. Like, there's a lot of that shit this season, Libra. Okay? Because you being forced to take what you value and get situated in that shit. So there ain't room for procrastination. There ain't no room to say you ain't got no ideas because you deal with Venus already. So, and all them energies in Taurus on the other side. So it's helping you learn how to stabilize it. All right, Libras. All right. But when it comes to your relationships, it may be times that you're going to have to have that conversation. You're going to have to do more understanding and, take into consideration people deal with the emotions differently. And be firm about how you really feel about the person you're dating and connecting to, Libra. All right? But can be such a fruitful time, Libra, if we add some more strategy, some more planning, some more devotion into what we value this Taurus season. Things can grow quick. And you deal with the Venus energy, so you understand appreciation. You got Saturn energy, you understand time. So that's why it subconsciously kills you, Libra, when you know you're not putting time into certain things. A lot of Libras going through midlife crisis because they're like, damn, this is all these creative ideas. I thought I was going to be doing something by this time. I thought I was going to be on and popping on something by this time. Like, damn, I ain't pushed one of these things to the limit yet. Taurus energy is going to push you into saying, all right, let's get situated. Let's get situated in one of these energies. Let's see what could come into fruition with this energies and realistic point of view. Let's have more clarity and more make more realistic based decisions on how we deal with who we around, who I'm connecting to in order to provide more opportunities, put more time, thought, space, and feeling into what I'm doing on a personal level, all right? A lot of Libras need to learn to cultivate personal identity while they're here, period, all right? So that's what we're dealing with for these energies, Libra, right? Now, moving on to Scorpio. Okay, now Scorpio. Scorpio, you guys are opposite this energy. And whenever we're dealing with opposites, okay, you're going to be clashing with this energy a lot. But you're going to see it. It's right in front of you. You're going to be seeing what to deal with. So here, Taurus deal with that. Like I was saying earlier in the reading, Scorpio is the roots. All right. Scorpio is the vines. Okay. Taurus is the actual flower, is the petals, the beauty of it. Okay. Scorpio went through all that motherfucking transformation. Taurus get all that credit. That's some bullshit. Ain't that some bullshit? But anyways, goddamn Taurus. When we look at all these energies being opposite from you, this energy, Scorpio, is going to be shown because you fixed water ruled by Mars. So you deal with the emotions, how you feel about things, how you feel about your passions and motives, how you're able to execute your passions and motives from behind the scenes, not being too open with your feelings and thoughts, dealing with vulnerability, being too open with your feelings and thoughts, all right? But you're going to have some intentions, you're going to have some motives, you're going to have some secrets. There's going to be some things we don't know about you, Scorpios, but it's all good in the hood. It is what it is, all right? But when we look at Taurus energy and you across from it, it's going to be things in the physical reality, Scorpios. All right, this Papa Was a Rolling Stone came on, so I just feel like I got to speak with more jive. That's a word they used to use back then a lot, more jive. So, listen, y'all got to understand with all these opposite energies, there's going to be a lot of things in the physical reality, Scorpios, that y'all don't want to deal with. That y'all may just on a regular day go back into y'all bedroom, go back behind the scenes, not communicate it, not go outside and handle it, stay in the dark about it. You can't do that this season. Can't do that. They opposite. You're going to have to deal more reality, Scorpio. You're going to have to add more practicality to what is it that you're so motivated about, so ambitious about, what you care a lot about. You got to neglect all the potential transformation that you may be about to deal with based off of you saying, no, I'm going to work on this. I value this shit. Like, you know what? I'm going to just take my time working on this shit with this, regardless how I feel. Whether I wake up tomorrow feeling good or bad, I'm gonna make sure I work on this shit, all right? In a realistic way and see how this shit grow. Because the thing is, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury is all helping us once again to appreciate, take action, see more, and think more about what is it that we value and how we can bring it into reality. Earth is dealing with reality. Scorpio, you are dealing with the subconscious. You're dealing with the behind the scenes realm. All right. So here, a lot of the time, things that you may feel like need more of a subconscious intent, things that you feel like it may just come to you in perfect timing, can block how you're supposed to be putting more practical action into things, Scorpio. AKA, you guys can be in your emotions about things a little bit too much. Could be so much passion about something and you just riding that passion, and we need more practical work, Scorpio. We need to get out the emotions and execute it, apply it, direct it, all right, and control what we can. Taurus season is going to be influencing you to get hands-on with your motives, to get hands-on and take action on what is it that you be feeling heavy on, but there's no practical strategy behind it, and you're going to feel the influences of you being opposite. When you hear people say you be making emotions, you and your feelings, you making decisions. That's not even a motherfucking that don't make sense. So people trying to get answers, information out of you. Okay, how do you feel? Like that's you moving into all them clashes right now with Taurus season. All right. So Venus is another energy you don't deal well with. All right. So Venus, implements self-esteem, how we love, and those are energies that could be vulnerable for a Scorpio, because guys go through transformation with the things that y'all may want to put in the light sometimes. So even when y'all get to the point when y'all do want to express things, y'all can feel like y'all still in the dark about certain things. Y'all can still feel like y'all moving behind the scenes about things. So that's when the Leo come around. Be like, see, because you too stiff, Scorpio. You got to dance a little bit more. Like, you feel me? You ain't dancing in your music video. That's why. You need a Leo come add some more life excitement to some shit with a Scorpio. But for the most part, when we look at the Scorpio energy, you guys got to understand that. I was just making an example about how, Virgos have to create a practical container, all right, Leos. I'll say how Leos need to focus on creating a practical container for their creativity. Scorpios, you need to create a practical container for how you deal with your emotions. All right. And you guys are one of the another sign, Scorpios. Y'all another sign that nobody won't. Creative as hell, don't nobody know that shit. Don't nobody know that shit. So this season, you're going to be sizing that up, Scorpio. This season is going to make you understand what is it that you be keeping behind the scenes that don't need to be behind the scenes anymore. What emotions are behind the scenes that need to reach reality, need to reach the surface in your relationship. And when it comes to your relationships and your dating life, you may be placed in a lot of vulnerable situations where your partner wants a more realistic point of view of what you guys are dealing with, or just more of a realistic point of view of your emotions, your thoughts about a situation. And that could come off vulnerable right now, but everybody's trying to feel secure in their relationships. Everybody trying to feel secure with feel stable, secure in their relationships and career and whatnot. And if we don't, people are about to take some fucking drastic actions to get comfortable in that shit. So that's what we dealing with, Scorpios. So y'all got to make sure, y'all got to make sure that y'all prep yourself to be more realistic on how y'all deal with the emotions and not let that override others. And when Mars gets into Cancer, this is playing out as a trine. So you guys are gonna have way more passion, because you aligning with your own ruler in a harmonious way. So you guys are gonna have way more passion when it comes to dealing with your deeper passion, your motives. Period. When it deals with people, places, and things you really care about right now, it's gonna provide opportunities for you to connect. What is it you want to express? What is it you want to act on? And it's double water. You water, Cancers, and water deal with connection and feeling. So understand what you're doing creatively right now, how you personally express yourself. We feel you more now, Scorpio. We feel and hear you right now. So this is a great time to put things in the light to match your opposite energy. Sagittariuses. All right, mutable fire ruled by Jupiter. So here, you guys got all these energies in Taurus. It plays out as an in conjunction. So you guys deal with knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, expression within creative expression, spiritual expression, teaching things spiritually. You guys manifest into being a lot of teachers or forms of advice and guidance for others, even if y'all manifest in a chaotic, reckless lifestyle. Like the most reckless Sagittarius still gonna have a bunch of wisdom. And that's why they may seem reckless. They experiencing a lot. That's where the wisdom comes from. So you can look at a Sagittarius and be like, yeah, they unstable as hell. Earth signs be looking at them like, yeah, they unstable as hell. But you go have a conversation with that Sagittarius, you're going to learn a couple things. You're going to learn a couple things. All right? But, y'all mutable fire. So y'all flexible and adaptable and changeable when it comes to connecting your vision, your awareness, your creativity to others. And with all these energies in Taurus, once again, now we need earth energy. We need to get stable. All right? We need to get more practical. During the Aries season, you guys were going through a bunch of transformations. Y'all was going through a bunch of transformations because all them energies was trining you. So y'all was seeing a bunch of access and gaining opportunities to transform shit the way you wanted to. So relationships you wasn't fucking with, you had all the power to transform the shit the way you wanted to. You had way more clarity on how you could deal with your personal endeavors and your creativity and make that shit be seen more during Aries season. And if you wasn't, a lot of the people you was around or a lot of outside influences was making you feel like, you are being too open. Your Jupiter expands too much and you too connected and too expansive, and you need to focus in and dial more in on your personal intentions during this season. A lot of Sagittarius is all the knowledge and wisdom in the world, but the container, back to the container, where does that get applied? Where do we make it concrete? What's the most strategical way to relate it? Maybe through my music, maybe through my book, maybe through public speaking, maybe through counseling. All right. This is how we get more earthy when it comes to the things my fire signs are envisioning and the creativity they dealing with after Aries season. It's going to be more of an influence of making more practical decisions with your forms of creativity. So Sagittarius is, you about to get forced to sit down, be more in the present, okay? And when it comes to the people, places, and things that you value, you're going to be creating all new different ways to see these things. But it's up to you to get to develop your own, to deal with some discipline, to not entertain certain things that's outside of what you value right now. Like, this could be a fruitful season for y'all if y'all make sure you're not entertaining or too open to so many other outside experiences, so many different people trying to bring you different places without priorities getting taken care of. This season can easily throw you out of whack, Sagittarius. As long as we got springtime, all right? I understand. We want to get out. We're in a COVID era. People trying to breathe some air, feel some sun and whatnot. And y'all some of the first ones to want to jump into that energy. But y'all got to make sure priorities getting taken care of, because this could be a very scattered and chaotic season with Taurus implementing stability and you guys already being free-spirited. You guys already acting on things when y'all want to act on them and not fucking with no forms of restriction. Y'all can't stand that shit. But this season may have to restrict self a little bit. That's real talk. May have to restrict self a little bit. All right? Deal with way more time management this season, Sagittarius. Be more practical when dealing with others right now. All right? How much time you spending with certain people right now? How much time you're putting into other people, taking to enlighten and inspire other people. How you may place that responsibility in yourself in different types of shapes and forms in different relationships. All right. So another thing about this Aries season, a lot of y'all done gave life to a lot of shit. Y'all already fired, so a lot of y'all done gave a lot of life to a lot of shit in Aries season, to the point that y'all in motion right now, or y'all pretty close to making that first step. So Taurus season is going to help you to keep it consistent and stabilized, and it's going to feel so good to stay consistent. And like after the first 2 weeks of this season, if you're making sure you have some type of scheduled Sagittarius, it's gonna be hard to maintain that shit, because you guys just deal with so much, attract so much in your life. But the first 2 weeks being situated, working on something for 2 weeks straight, continuously strategizing things, or if you came into this vibration on that type time, we about to see some fruits of labor. You about to learn. You about to understand you've been capable of things that you've been wanting to do right now. But it's gonna I wouldn't be the lucky Libra if I wasn't telling y'all that it's gonna have to come with some patience, Sag. Mars in Cancer, this energy is going to play out in ways where, you guys can be impulsive, expressing how you really feel about things, and you guys can play out heavy detaching energies right now. Once responsibilities start dealing with heavy emotions right now, y'all can play a lot of situations detaching and really making situations worse. This is another situation you have to learn to be in the present a lot. And your fire, all fire signs, man, y'all all fire. Fire will burn your ass. But Sagittarius, when y'all fire get hot, woo, it could be too chaotic. It could be like, we know it. The Sagittarius fire could be so crazy. The way y'all lash out and say things is like, damn, y'all just be condemning people. Like, y'all just be like saying spiritual shit on people. Like, that's why all your fucking karma gonna come back to hit your ass when you have children. You be like, God. All I said is that I didn't want to be in a relationship no more. Like, damn. Why all my karma gotta hit me like that? I be doing good things for people. I be doing good deeds. You just gonna curse me. That's that Jupiter spiritual shit. It's that God complex shit Sagittarius is be having. You feel me? So it ain't no God complex in the home, and when it comes to people, places, and things you care about this season, Sag, you're gonna have to sit down and learn how to connect some emotion. You're gonna have to understand you made somebody feel heavy about something. It's like, damn, I created that. I gotta deal with that. Yeah, Sagittarius. But don't worry, you got all these access. We all got access to realistic ways to deal with our issues right now. We can't, nobody, whether you got to learn it, whether you got more harmonious access to it, whether you right next door, whether you opposite, everybody got access to the realistic thing to do. All right? It's just that if Mars and Cancer don't take your emotions to another level, then hopefully you could have a chance to act on that shit. But I'm telling y'all right now, like Mars and Cancer with the police brutality and all this shit, expect some shit. Expect some bullshit. Y'all know me, I touch on these things, but I don't get too deep into it because I know there's many programs in this world and shit is deeper than a lot of people be thinking. Like, we in 2021 and people still realizing the shit that's projected on the news are people still ain't realizing them shits is subconscious programs. People still ain't realizing when the people that got the same skin color as you is being murdered or whatnot by cops, the people still not realizing that's being projected to send you certain subconscious signals to trigger some things in you. So am I saying not to feel for the collective? Am I saying not to be compassionate and sensitive to the emotions and the things going on in the world? No, but I'm saying you have to understand how to filter your emotions. You have to understand how things that trigger your emotions that's outside of your personal life influence your personal life. That may not be a pill people want to swallow. But that's real life. That's real life. And the individuals that's able to keep their emotions and thoughts fixed on more healthier things, positive things, things of quality, more perspectives of things that they understand, that's outside of me. But I'm aware of that though. But that's outside of me. This is you being able to rise above anything that goes out in the outside world. So I'm just telling y'all right now, Mars and Cancer, last summer we had heavy Cancer, during summertime when we have heavy Cancer energies, we had Mercury and the Sun in Cancer, niggas was doing all type of shit outside. This was during George Floyd times and all that. So we got to be careful that, what's going on doesn't shift us that crazy emotional with Mars and Cancer. And you learn to deal with more understanding when it comes to the people you care about. Sagittarius, you're going to have to be more stable dealing with that shit. Okay? So, yes, but very fruitful season, Sagittarius. If we could deal with some more regimen, if we could deal with some more schedule, all right. If we could really look towards all the creative things that you're into, Sagittarius, or all the things you have knowledge and wisdom about to connect and express and relate to others, all right. We got to see, have you been doing these things strategically? All right. If you feel like you got a message in your music, Sagittarius is gonna make music with a lesson in it. Sagittarius is gonna have a YouTube channel with something you can learn from. It don't matter what they're doing, but whatever they're doing, it's gonna be teaching. It's gonna be teaching, giving some wisdom, like something from their experiences in some type of shape or form, in some type of way. You're gonna realize, have you been doing this the most strategical way during this season? And we can't neglect the feelings and thoughts that we have about these things. All right, Sagittarius, Capricorns. Okay. Capricorn, earth sign, trine sign, okay, cardinal earth ruled by Saturn. So you guys are dealing with creating, initiating new ways to be stable, deal with common sense, business, practicality, to be grounded, have a foundation in life. If it don't make sense, you ain't trying to touch it. If the relationship don't make sense, don't look like something that could build, don't feel like you could build with your partner, don't feel like you can have a nice social status presentation with your partner, you be thinking about all that shit. Like Capricorn would like a lover motherfucker and be like, how does this person look next to me though? That's be the Leos too. He's a little shallow. You gotta be careful of that shit. All right. But you gotta learn to feel more. All right. Now, when we get into all these Taurus energies, this is all in your trine. This is all in your earth sign. Bree, we gotta talk, Bree. I'm gonna have time to hit you later this evening, okay? When we look at Taurus energies, this is your trine sign. So the thing about Capricorn, you guys are already eager to start and create things that seem like it's a brilliant idea for business, money, to stabilize your situation. When Capricorns are in situations that deal with heavy emotion or a relationship, they're running to the most realistic thing in their head there is to do, whether it is to cut the relationship off with somebody they love, but they're going to lean on reality. We in reality season right now with all these energies in Taurus. So Capricorns, y'all about to see, y'all deal with creating new ways to be stable, but now we in a season that wants us to be concentrated and fixed on being stable. You always want to create new things. All right, or help bring new structure to something. Taurus season has to get concentrated. So the things that you're already working on, Capricorn, you're going to have more of an opportunity to see how much you value and love what you're building and structuring, but it's going to also provide more clarity on how you can get fixated, concentrated in these things, aka people, places, and things that throw your shit out of whack, Capricorn. You gonna have more clarity of that. Now you already be picking up on that because what you ruled by Saturn that deals with restrictions, limitations, boundaries. So Capricorn, be quick to cut some shit off, all right, to karate chop some shit real quick when it feels like it's making it deal with more responsibilities that it's not their own. That's very vulnerable for Capricorn. I'm already working on things. I already manifest a lot of responsibilities. I'm a Capricorn moon, so I attract having to work on a lot of shit in my life. I have to, all situations in my life I'm forced to put time into it. I'm forced to do things with more diligence, more time, more discipline. So Capricorn sun gonna see what is it they gotta restrict and put limitations on. And this Taurus season gonna jump y'all into a real no-nonsense bag. So Capricorns is the ones, I told y'all, Capricorns, Libras, Aries, and all the cardinal signs. Be careful of them right now. Be careful of them. Because Mars in Cancer is opposite Capricorns. So Capricorns is gonna be dealing with you. Not only you got opportunities and a bunch of things that you're going to see how to fixate and concentrate on, and how your resources help to keep something in a consistent motion right now, Cap. Whether it's your relationship, business, creative idea. But with Mars opposite, Y'all on some no nonsense shit. Y'all on some like, yo, I'm not dealing with heavy emotions of anything. I'm not trying to have nobody throw emotions on me about anything. I'm restricting things that's dealing with heavy emotion. That's a Cancer's already your opposite sign. So that Capricorn is already, this is why they like to take their time in relationships, because once they start dealing with more connecting, understanding, intimacy, opening up, it's like, God damn, this shit is too much. This shit is too much. Like, damn, we can't just have a nice routine around this relationship. We meet this time, we do this that time, we chill that time, and then boom, we have this space in the relationship. It's sad to be needing space with shit. So, with this type of energy, Caps got to make sure you value what you already working on. What you working on right now, Capricorn, the relationship you working on, all right? The career you in, do you truly value it, Capricorn? Or is it just paying your bills? Is it just providing stability? Because you're going to feel it this season to find ways to transition that. Now, the thing is, all these energies in Taurus is a trine. So it's going to be a lot of clarity on how you can transform it, how you can shift things for yourself. But you're going to have to get fixated in that. You're going to understand I'm changing now, but I don't plan on changing soon. I'm starting a new way of working on this relationship, a new way of dealing with, how I appreciate myself, how I balance my own regimen and responsibilities or career. And I'm sticking to that shit. I'm not entertaining a bunch of old new ways to work on shit. We're going to stay right there. But Mars and Cancer, all just prepare to have situations, evoke emotion out of you. Make you prepare for Cancer's already your opposite energy, so by default you go manifest situations in life that people tell you, damn, do you have a heart? Like, damn, where's the compassion? Damn, is it all about work? Damn, is it all about your responsibilities? Damn, I gotta call you back, right? You busy. Or damn, you ain't got time. Capricorns, that's your life. That is your life. Mars and Cancer is not having that shit. Is adding you're attracting people that's passionate about you connecting emotionally. People that's gonna be, have a strong intent to see you deal with the emotion. And it may be just to get you mad. People may just want to see you get mad right now to know that you got some emotion, like, oh, okay, that's what I wanted to see. Now I know you really care. You just be making faces at times and just be short responses about shit and barely talk about things, but you mad? You okay? I know you don't be getting mad about shit you don't care about. So, okay, I know you care about me. So, a lot of people y'all partners in relationships is going to try to get that energy out of y'all Capricorn. Like, just see how like, the people that feel like they emotionally connected to you may want to really feel secure with that. And you may just have to do some connecting, understanding, move with more compassion this season. All right, Capricorn? So we could sail through that. Mars and Cancer is going to be opposite from you for the next 2 months. All right, this energy is going to be a lot of situations that's going to have to make you match your hard work ethic and your ability to put things together, organize, and structure with what you care about. You're going to have to learn how to balance responsibilities with people you care about. Once again, by default, Cancer is opposite from Caps. So you could, especially for, Libra rising, especially for Libra risings, their career always clashes with family, but the 4th and 10th house is opposite. So a lot of the time, the things that make us feel like we have a peace of mind, the things that make us feel comfortable, how we want to deal with our home environment, it's like we got to work hard for that shit, but then that be the shit that throw off our emotional stability, how hard we working. So the 4th house, how we deal with the emotions and our social status, what we building, them things always clashing. They always clashing, okay? Look, talk it, Shayna. Let them know, Shayna. Shout out to all my cat moons. You feel me? Especially when we feel like there's a whole practical way we could be handling the situation. It's like, come on, you feel me? Because we just don't deal with the moon energy well. We don't deal with Cancer energy well. So you might not even get a response from a Capricorn. A Cancer gonna respond to you. A Cancer, we gonna have this conversation. Whether I'm silent on the phone, you gotta feel that heat to know I ain't fucking with you. But we gonna meet or whatever. Capricorns just be unresponsive. If you date a Capricorn, especially Capricorn moon, if you date a Capricorn, or if you have Capricorn family members, heavy Capricorn placements, you just know sometimes it's just like, it's hard getting to them. Like, they may be right next to you, but connecting to them, like, it's like, damn, nigga, like, this nigga's a statue, all right? So yeah, it's gonna be situations you gotta learn to feel some more caps with Mars and Cancer, and it's gonna be directed to things dealing with your individual intentions. You're gonna have to learn to really match, your ability to work on things structured, like I said, within some relationships. You got to bring some structure and organization to some relationships, and it may deal with situations of high emotion. Maybe some situations you attract with somebody you dating or whatever. Now they express how much they feel about something. You can't run from that. You can't be unresponsive for that, because that's just gonna make shit worse right now, Caps. All right. So a lot of opportunities to get fixated and get more traction on that business, on that whatever you're growing, whatever you're structuring. Things in your personal life, Capricorn. A lot more ideas on how to get stable, cemented, and grounded, Capricorn. But don't allow your emotions to situations that's connected to your emotions put you in a place where you feel like you got to be super isolated, super cut off from things just to feel like you could focus on what you got to. Men situations, when they come in a moment, deal with your emotions when you have to, all right? So that's what we're dealing with, Caps. Now, Aquarius is fixed air ruled by Saturn. So we have a square to all these Taurus energies. Aquarius, you fixed on dealing with the cardinal signs and the fixed signs is going through. Not just the cardinal signs of Mars and Cancer, but the fixed signs. Aquarius, you fixed with the way you think, communicate, network, and deal with people. All right. Taurus is fixed on its ways of being practical stability. So being practical and stable. So you'll have an Aquarius focused on utilizing his resources, utilizing his relationships. Focus on seeing what is it could connect to the public environment, what different perspective and thought it could bring to the group, to the association. That's what Aquarius is dealing with. The Taurus is dealing with seeing if it values the motherfucking organization, period, to even give them this information and help them and play out as a support system. Aquarius is in it for the gain. Venus got to put some value into it. So right now, Aquarius, y'all about to see what value y'all have in y'all relationships. And understand that it can't just be about the gain. It can't just be about what's being built and structured. It has to be more so about, is your heart in this too, Aquarius? This season is going to align a lot of how you feel and think about things with what you value, and making sure it's going to be pushing you to take action on what you truly value, Aquarius. Not just doing what you're doing to make money right now. Not just doing what you're doing to not embrace anything that comes with your creative endeavors, any attention, anything that you got to be the face of. You're going to be pushed into seeing if you have to do that this season. If you do have to be the face of your business, if you can't run things behind the scenes or be the executive manage things, you got to be the one to push things off first, be the owner, and then hire people next. This is going to be a heavy influence when it comes to the people, places, and things that you love, especially business and career endeavors. But this is also going to be a time, Aquarius is, the fact that you're dealing with a square is going to show you that, ideas have to get planted right now. All right, Aquarius, you was developing a whole bunch of new awarenesses and ideas about how to personally express yourself during Aries season, because it was a sextile, and it gave you more of an individual feel how to move amongst your relationships. All right, it may have brought some transformation to your relationships as well too. But with these energies, it's almost like this season is going to make you have to pick one of your millions of creative thoughts to see which one is the one you're going to get situated in and roll with. That's another thing about Aquarius is y'all could be so creative because, or y'all could be creative. Y'all are creative, but y'all could be stagnant because y'all could have too many creative thoughts. Y'all could see too many ways to do different things and connect things into the collective. And a lot of the times, y'all deal with vulnerability, feeling like y'all doing things the way other people are doing things. So y'all place more time into making sure y'all shit is separate, different, and original. But y'all got to understand the way y'all naturally express yourself and act is already different, think different. Y'all more rebellious. Y'all say no more than others. Y'all have different perspectives and don't align with everything everybody has to say. So you embracing, cementing that different value system, that different business idea, all right, that different approach to communicating to the collective, relating your creative ideas to the collective, that has to get concentrated. You got to get more concentrated on the practicality of one of your thoughts, one of your ideas. Your air, you deal with thoughts and ideas. Earth deal with practicality, planning, structure, foundation. We got to take one of these creative thoughts and get grounded in it, all right? And when it comes to then we got Mars and Cancer. Before we go to your relationships, we got Mars and Cancer, all right? Well, matter of fact, we got Venus. Venus is in Taurus, so with Venus squaring you, you're gonna have to learn how to act and express how you truly feel to people right now too. Once again, Aquarius, people want to feel secure in their relationship. People want to feel grounded. So you dealing with people, dating with people, it can't just be a mind game thing. It can't just be a strategy thing. And you got to understand that if you do value a relationship, Aquarius, the way you communicate things actually helps people feel more secure and understanding. All right? Aquarius, you guys could deal with some sarcasm, could be some subliminal communication here, because you already don't feel like you should be. You already feel like dealing with too much emotion make you vulnerable. You rather observe the emotion and look at other people like, yeah, I'm dealing with too much emotion and feelings. Like I think above that shit. But your relationship might call for some connection. Your relationship might call for some understanding. Your relationship, the person you're dealing with might just really want to hear you express certain things just to know that you really feel the way you do. So you have to learn to be more direct with the emotions right now in your relationships, Aquarius. And Mars in Cancer, all right, the way it's going to be playing out with you guys, this is more of an influence on y'all having to deal with the emotions some more vulnerability, dealing with reacting and responding to the things you truly care about. It's going to be a frustrating time, Aquarius, if you have certain passions that are just ideas right now and you ain't putting no fuel to it. You ain't putting no gas on it, no Mars energy on it. It's going to be a frustrating time. So for the Aquariuses that rolled into this season with close to what it is that they want to continue working on or what they want to start, you're going to feel that kick up with Mars and Cancer, you making sure that you're connecting your emotional intent into your passions. And it's not just becoming thoughts. Another energy where not only Aquarius squaring Taurus, you got to bring your thoughts to a more stable ground. You got to align your passion and your emotion with what you really care about. If you really say you care about it, Aquarius. All right? It will be a real fruitful time the more that you allow yourself to practically work on one of these ideas and thoughts. It's going to be a real fruitful time, Aquarius, if you allow yourself, to actually see what somebody else has to offer as far as, or see how somebody else perspective or how they feel about something is, especially if somebody you connected to. It's really important for you guys to digest this, be more of an active listener, okay? And we all dealing with heavy earth energy, so we dealing with reality. So you got influence of Saturn. You deal with reality. But, you can overthink in your head how to structure things at certain times or what to put a restriction on. This is why you helping yourself to feel the situation somehow some more is going to aid you in more of a right direction. Mars in Cancer, all is making us more intentional about our emotional space. You can't neglect your emotions right now, Aquarius. Can't neglect them with Mars in Cancer, because you got to learn how to understand your passions or get more, build more of a connection towards acting on your passions and your intentions right now instead of just being in the head. Okay. And last but not least, my beloved Pisces. All right. Now, Pisces, you guys are sextiling all these energies in Taurus. All right. So for the most part, when we look at the energy of Taurus, making us value, appreciate, express, take action, and develop more ideas and dive into more of a critical analysis about what we value, our creative attributes, what we have to offer to the world, with the way it's going to be hitting you guys in Pisces, it's going to be the type of energy where it's more of a reality to access when it comes to the places and things you already value. Now, you deal with Venus energy, which we're in Venus energy. Venus is exalted in there, but you rule by Jupiter. Jupiter deals with its knowledge and wisdom. It deals with its intuition. It deals with, experiences, expansion, all right? And you deal with your belief system. You also deal with forms of spirituality. You deal with the subconscious. You deal with connecting the emotions to others, being more understanding. So right now, it's learning. This is a time, Pisces, where I kind of was saying this somewhat similar energies a bit with Virgo, where you guys have to make sure that your openness to connect and understand other people's values and emotions doesn't block how you get situated and stable in yours. Pisces, you guys are some of the most creative signs in the world. But when it comes to reality, you could be the 12th zodiac with that. All right? You could be the last zodiac with that. This season, a lot can get from point A to B, making sure we stable about the principles you have in your relationships and the blocks and boundaries that you have with people, whether you love them, appreciate them, they supporting you supporting them. You have to be realistic how you deal with people right now during this season, because this energy is going to give you access to think more realistically about what you like and love and what you appreciate. You're truly, a lot of my Pisces, all that creativity, all that access to the dream world, you're placed in a lot of circumstances to see how to make that something in reality. And with all this access from Taurus energy, it's going to shake y'all up to really filter distractions, people, places, and things to get back to what is it you truly value and how you can adjust yourself strategically. Now, there may be some insecurities with a lot of these things, feeling like this may take more time. This may come with this, that, and the third. I may have to navigate this, that, deal with all these technical things with Pisces you don't motherfucking like to deal with. But you have to make sure you work the resources you have, Pisces. All these heavy energies in Taurus season is going to help you to see what resources you do have. So it's up to you to get concentrated and situated with your creative attributes. What is it that you do value, okay? Especially in your relationships, Pisces, you have to put your foot down to make sure the reality of what you want to receive and what you're able to give out in a relationship is established during this season. Don't just drift so much, Mars in Cancer is going to be trining you. So this is going to create opportunities to connect more to your passions. So this is what I'm saying. The more stability, the more stableness we have, Pisces, when it comes to your creative attributes or the things you've been feeling strongly on, the people that you've been feeling strongly on, the forms of career you feel like you need to be transitioning to or be dealing with because you would be more, you have more to offer there. Once again, your value is going to be accepted there more. Pisces, this is the time for you to understand, like, okay, whatever practical idea I have to get into that space, I'm going to be seeing it Taurus season. All this energy is hitting me here. And I'm going to be influenced by people, places, and things to put more appreciation into what I'm doing creatively. Mars in Cancer is going to create opportunities where you're going to have a new charge as well because it's in a water sign. So you're going to be inspired by other people that's dealing with your passions, seeing how they put in the time to nurture their passions. See, I like to say Mars in Cancer is also us nurturing our passions. Us understanding why we're passionate about certain things and why when we're not willing to compromise for our passions and intentions. Pisces, sometimes you can compromise your passions and intentions. But now that it's transiting Cancer, you're going to understand how you compromising some of your passions and intentions, you compromising some of your dreams and imagination to help others, be there for others, understand others, provide some, emotional support for others, emotional stability for others. You're going to understand how, that throws your personal endeavors off right. You're going to understand how that may have not been the realistic thing to do in situations, even though your spirit naturally calls for that. You naturally bring some foundation to people's internal or the people's thoughts and how they feel about things a lot of the times. Once again, Scorpios, my water signs, they beast in the counseling therapist department. All right? So this is what y'all got to make sure y'all dealing with. The more practicality is, the more stableness we get to, what is it that we're dealing with personally on a creative level, Pisces? Mars in Cancer is going to give you more vitality, passion, or more clarity, more opportunities to understand, all right, how you must deal with your passions because this is something that's going to keep being brought up to the surface, Pisces. This is something that's going to keep resurfacing, Pisces, when it comes to your passions. Mars in Cancer about to have y'all reflect on a lot of things in the past dealing with y'all passions as well. That turned out positive or negative and seeing how to apply that now. Don't get too stuck on the previous shortcomings of things with your passions. Utilize this positive access, like you getting hit positively from the trine in Mars and Cancer and from the from the sextile in Taurus. So expect support expect support when it comes to people, places, and things, when it comes to your dreams, your imaginations, how you want to be seen. All right, when people come to help Pisces, accept the help. All right. And when it comes to Mars and Cancer, there's going to be opportunities to connect to things that you really care about and have a direct passion to it. Creative endeavor you really care about, you're going to be able to connect right to it. Person you really care about, you're going to be able to connect right to it. You can be impulsive and you may pick up on ideas on how to do things in a real individual way at times. Just make sure that the emotion don't overwhelm you with others right now. Just like Cancers, y'all got to make sure people don't let y'all come out y'all shell right now with Mars and Cancer. Because it could create opportunities where people try to take advantage of your emotions, Pisces, just for their self-gain, just for their personal gain. You got to be careful of that right now. All right? As soon as I talk about a Pisces came up in here. Oh, hey, you too. All right. So that's what we dealing with, family. All right. That's what we dealing with. I just wanted to make sure I get these energies off.
You know, if anybody came late, I'm about to get these up on the tube. And I hope y'all enjoy this lovely moon transit. We got all this heavy Venus energy in the air. You know, heavy Venus energy in the sun and moon. A lot of relating, a lot of connecting, a lot of compromising, a lot of overindulging. And there's a full moon. The moon is close to being full. So let's be careful how we overindulge in pleasures, what we like, what we love. All right. Understand where you're going, who you're going, and where you're going. What vibes is going to be at where you're going. Don't let people drag you to places you already know right now, especially with the good weather and spring season and moon in Libra. Don't let people just be dragging. People want to relate, communicate. People just want to get out the house and do things, want to connect with their best friend. All right, so be careful what people dragging you, what environments y'all in. All right, y'all. Until next time, family. Peace.